All right, Shalom. We're the Hebrew Israelites. We come out every week to prophesy, to preach the salvation to the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans according to the Bible. All right. First and foremost, before we get into it, we want to give all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Give honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the brethren, the elect, tabernacle of David, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And, you know, we're going to go with the spirit. You know, today, what's today? November 28th, all right, 2021. All right, this is the last quarter of 2021, going into 2022. And as you can see, you know, wickedness is increasing. All right, demonic activity is on the rise. And in these last days, man, you got to be very, very circumspect. Be very careful, man. All right, you're going to see the increase in value of a lot of demonic behavior, which is why you're seeing a lot of people on edge, a lot of people being unmerciful, a lot of people, you know, just it's a cold spirit that's on these people, man. All right, and you know, the levels of safety that you normally are used to, that's gone.
Okay.
It's not really safe like that, man, because we're living in the days where, you know, it's going to be a lot of, you know, murder, a lot of thievery, a lot of jacking. All right, it's just a lot of demonic activity, man. The scriptures say to be circumspect, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the times, because the days are evil. And we're definitely living in that evil time, man. All right? So be careful, man. You know, keep your guard up and be aware.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't have your head in the sand, especially in these times that we're coming into. Okay? You said you can.
Yeah, just cause somebody look up the word vigilance.
Yep.
Vigilant.
Yep.
Because you have to be aware. You have to be circumspect. You have to be, because this is the most demonic time of the year.
Yep.
Generally, but we're in an age, in the time period of this age, is a very demonic time.
Yep.
So you got to be extra, because right now the safeties, if you will, of that the world naturally has and people are aware, and that's out the window. People are hungry. People losing jobs. People are on edge. Their spirit is all agitated.
Yeah,
And
everything is off.
Everything's off right now. They're worried about everything, so their mind is somewhere else, not focused on the seriousness of the times that we're living in.
Yeah.
It's a heavy vibration of demonic energy, a lot of pagan holidays and demonic energy, and Satan has to push more of it to push the legitimate.
Yeah, a lot of you know, children's sacrifice goes on at this time of the year. You know, basically during the whole winter solstice, they're celebrating or having their witches' Sabbath.
Yeah.
It is.
They do a lot of heavy sacrificing on the left-hand side, and that's what generates that demonic energy that you see, you know, running rampant throughout the world, especially here in Babylon, where it's just rampant here, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
2 Timothy 3:1, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come.
Somebody look up perilous. What does perilous mean? We're clearly in that time, man. It's very perilous. You know, you gotta say prayers when you leave, when you walk outside your door.
Yeah.
Right before you get into your car, you're gonna have to, you know, send them up.
Shit, I say it in my car before I drive.
Kind.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You gotta say it all. Hey, it should be on your spirit all the time.
Yeah.
It should remain on your spirit.
1 Thessalonians say pray without ceasing.
And there you go. Every situation you're coming into, when you get to work, when you're at work, please, Lord, don't let me kill these people today. Don't, you know, I'm just saying that, but don't let me get into a serious situation. Please keep me safe. Please let my belongings be safe. Please let my house be open. Everything that you're doing.
And normally, I, you know, which is part of the Lord's Prayer, where He says, "Deliver us from evil."
Yeah, how
shine now with my bride. I call him the Rakayim Rod, which basically means evil spirits. You know, because hey, as long as you know you're not praying to the Lord, and you don't have that hedge, you're susceptible. You're open to these evil forces, man. All these people around you, they're open to that. So you see spirits on people every day. People at your job, your co-workers got demons on them. Your manager, your supervisor got demons on them. People in your immediate family got demons. Everybody got spirits, man.
Yep.
So we, being in this thing of ours, you got to stay guarded, man. All right? Get that?
I like that word perilous, right?
Can you on camera?
Lepos in the Greek, hard to do, take, to approach, hard to bear, troublesome, dangerous.
Hey, troublesome, dangerous. It's very dangerous, man. Because we were just talking before we started rolling the camera. You got a high volume of fatal car accidents that's been happening in a short span of time. All the alerts, like I don't know if y'all got that news break app.
Yeah.
You just get those constant alerts. Constant alerts of just a fatal accident happened here, a fatal accident happened there. And it's happening on a daily basis, man. So you got to ask yourself, what the fuck happened that's causing this volume of activity? You know, what's causing this shift in the behavior and the mind, the thinking, the mindset of the general public? Where these people are just losing their minds, they're losing their sense of awareness. You know, they're swerving, you know, on oncoming traffic. You know what I mean? People walking on the freeway.
Road rage.
People get blown away just for getting into it, you know. Or you got in front of me and you just messed my head up. I don't have the patience. So y'all get into it, y'all getting out the car, and somebody you don't even know he or she holding, and it could just happen just like that. It can go down just that quick.
You left the one with the motorcycle?
Hey, that's one.
Bro, at least
That's one of them.
7 out of 10 Edomites out here is holding.
Oh, they holding it here in Nevada?
Yeah.
This is an open carry state. So you might want to be careful who you hop out on. We're in that time, man. Perilous time shall come, and we're in that time. These people are on edge. The people are they're agitated. All right, they're not as comfortable as they once were. Okay. Yep.
Matthew 24 and 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
Yeah. Meaning it's because of lawlessness and the fact that, you know, people are not held to a moral ground or standard. People are just setting them to do whatever the hell they want to do, however they feel. So the love is waxing cold, man. People don't have compassion. They don't have any mercy. All right. People just don't care anymore, man. To the point that even if children are involved, they don't care if children are harmed. Children getting snatched up, you know. Women killing their own children. Fathers killing their own children. We're in that time, man. It's very raw, man. All right.
Your life is not worth. Don't have the same value as one's had.
Con. You know, so you got to be very circumspect, man. Because trust is no longer a thing here. You cannot trust in this day and age, man. You know, there's always somebody finessing, somebody plotting. There's a lot going on out here, man. But the Lord warned thousands of years ago that these days would come.
Right.
All right.
Another pre.
Yep.
Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
Yeah, that's talking about when society, you know, becomes, you know, very you know, basically when you're dealing with anarchy, when iniquity is just at its all-time high, and there's basically no way of controlling the environment. That's how it gets. People hungry, you know, they're starving because there's less opportunities,
Less resources.
You know.
I'm saying the government's orchestrating that. They want the lawlessness so they can bring in their own martial law.
Exactly.
To completely control the people. Because there's a lot of people that's fighting against are starting to wake up to see what this government or this devil is doing.
Yeah.
But it won't matter once they bring the military in, what they say or else.
Yeah.
That's the type of rulership, dictatorship they want to have over the people right now. court order. But us on the spiritual side, we have to be able to keep our eyes open, to stay out of this little bullshit, to not get caught up in their madness. Hey, you don't want to get injured and go to the hospital. You don't want to get injured to that level. You don't want to get injured and get caught up with the police right now and go to jail. You don't want that. Those are the things on a surface level you don't want to have to get caught up in. So you got to really guard yourself from getting caught in these nigga moments. You have more, Z?
The second entrance.
Yeah.
I can start getting property.
Just going into that.
Let me get this real quick. Let me get this right quick. This is 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. It says, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour." And that's no different than he did going to and fro with Job, seeing how he can fuck with people, man.
Yeah.
Whether you're getting sick, whether it's plaguing your mind, whether he's giving you delusions or whatever else, he'll fuck with you to put you in a bad situation.
Infirmities.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
he'll afflict you, man. He'll afflict you.
Rock it up.
He'll put demons on others to fuck with you. You know?
Demons on your woman.
He'll put demons on your woman.
Oh, expect that.
Yeah,
That comes with it.
yeah.
Talking about trouble in the flesh. That's part of the territory.
And the reason why he likes to attack her is because she's the weaker vessel. So she's more open to his attacks, man.
Yeah.
Kind.
So you got to be on the alert with that too.
Kind.
See, you gotta know how to shortcut those.
And especially in these times, and you have to, and because through the renewing of your mind through the spirit, you gotta really apply it, man. Because it's one thing to understand, but if you're not applying what you understand, that makes a difference. As Elder Yaron, he always stresses, and you can't change what happens to you, but you can change how you react to it. You want your first instinct to be based off of wisdom, man.
Spiritual.
Yeah, your first spiritual reaction, or your first reaction to be spiritual, man. Making sure Sophia is being applied to how you walk. Hey,
Right.
because it's easy, and just brought up, it's easy because Satan wants to sift you. The scriptures say he desires to sift you,
He
man.
wants a carnal reaction.
He wants you to react in the old man way. You know, which means what? You got to make sure that you're not, man. You got to, hey, as the scriptures say, mortify your members. Hey, that goes for your mind as well.
That's particularly starting with mind.
Done.
Yeah.
Because the way you react, hey, Satan knows you, man. You know, he knows you. Just like how he knew Job and he was able to tempt Job on every level, hey, to make sure that what? Well, really it was through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shah, you know, that Job didn't crack or fail. But it's the same difference, man. It's the same difference. We're still in the same lot as Job. We're in the same lot as Lot and the rest of the prophets as well, man. So the way you react to these situations, it is life and death. It is life and death because Yahweh Shah, if you react the wrong way in one move, and today, man, hey, the spirit can get snatched from you. And that's worse than death, man. That's worse than death. So you have to make sure that you're checking yourself, man.
And real quick, if I can get this quick precept. Proverbs 16:32, he that is slow to anger is better than the mighty,
Yep.
and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city.
Yeah, we got, as a nation, and speaking first and foremost for the Akin, you know, because this applies to all of us, and you can't be so reactionary. You have to actually sit back and examine, you know? That's part of being a judge. The scriptures say what? Examine the whole conclusion of the matter, man. Or hear the whole conclusion of the matter. With that, it takes examining.
And that's, in this world, they're so carnal and so quick to jump, you know, because they're slaves to their emotions. This is the reason why tragedies happen all the freaking time. You know, these people are basically they're dangerous because they don't have a rule over their spirit. They're out of control.
Emotional, impulsive.
Impulsive. And the scriptures teaches us how to master our being, man. How to have temperance.
Yeah.
How to have self-control and rule your spirit. Like we were just talking about how people out here, because we're in these last days and these demons are running amok. People they don't know when they even got demons on them. They don't understand that. And that's how dangerous it is. You don't even know that there's an evil force that's controlling your every move. Well, these people, you know, they're having these road rage incidences. You know, people getting followed home and shot down in front of their crib, stuff like that happening, and it's increasing because these people don't have any self-control. They're controlled by left-hand energy, man.
I want to say this right quick. And I'm gonna bring up the blue letter of the word vigilance. We're talking about you gotta stay vigilant on everything. Like I was watching basketball highlights. After every time somebody scores, they are beating their chest and do. Damn, man, it's 2 points. Go back down and play D, man.
And it distracts them from defense. So now what? You just left the gap open because you're not worried about the full picture, man.
You watch the people that they score don't put their head down. Like, what's this is supposed to happen. And so no different than this time. These things are supposed. Somebody's gonna get cut off in traffic. Somebody's gonna beat you to something or whatever. You know. Why are you so reactionary and so impulsive and emotional to every damn thing that happens?
It ain't the first time, it ain't gonna be the last.
Yeah, thank you.
Because we got
It's only gonna get worse.
we have to think about it too. This is the last time that the spiritual demon Satan is gonna be able to mess with you, man. So he gonna go as hard as he can. Because after this, the scriptures say it's no more sorrow, no more tears, and we're not gonna have no more curses upon us. So what? Demons ain't gonna be able to mess with us after this. So he's gonna go as hard as possible, man. As hard as possible.
He's gonna try you in every which way.
Okay.
But you got to be on a spiritual level to discern when he's jabbing at you, man. Very little subtle ways, man. Sometimes a spirit can get on you and cause you to want to crave something. But that can be him trying to uproot you through your lust.
Yeah.
As we know, according to James, you know, that lust comes from you being enticed. You know, and once that lust is conceived, it brings forth sin. You know, and the sin brings forth death. So he's always figured out a way to try to, you know, get you off your spiritual axis, man.
Hey, making you go somewhere out of your bounds, doing something extra that you normally wouldn't do.
Yeah.
Put you in a situation or in an area to where shit can happen to you.
Exactly.
Going across town, I wasn't going. And we know, I'm not even gonna go into the women thing, but just going across town for a certain type of food, it puts you in an element, you know, puts you out of your element, so to speak. Leave you in a situation that you shouldn't even be in. But when I looked up the word in 1 Peter 5, when it said be vigilant, it's the word Greek word gregorio, which means to watch, or metaphorically give strict attention. Strict attention. Be cautious, active. Okay, you gotta be on point. You cannot let the spiritual guard down.
As we spoke on the other day, when we were talking about, you know, the rest of these people out here, they can't acknowledge when a demon is on them because they don't know. They don't have a basis of righteousness within them, man. They don't have that measure. But us, we understand, you know, when we acknowledge when demons are on us, because acknowledgement is the first part of the battle, man. Because once you acknowledge it, now you understand what you have to do in order to combat it. You know, whether you have to repent, whether you have to fast, well, it's like including repenting, fasting, praying, and every other tool through the Spirit that we have in order to, you know, to stay clean through the Spirit, man. You know?
That was it.
That let me make sure. Now I'll read a little more. I'll read it again.
Ephesians 5 and 15.
1 Peter 5 is okay. First Peter 5 and 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, your adversary is Satan, right? The devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions accomplished in your brethren are in the world. So other people are going through this too.
Brothers.
Look to other brothers to see how they're getting through it.
Yep.
Okay? And look at the examples of those, you know, over you, which is what that chapter was going into.
And to land back off of what you're saying as well, another thing to do, you know, just to keep your mind at ease, so to speak. If you understand another brother's hell, man, hey, that should put you in a mind state that you're not going through a lot, you know? Because there's brothers around you that's going through a bunch of shit, man. Whether they say it or not, you know? And you may know a little bit of what they're going through, but just seeing that, understanding that you're not in their position, hey, man, that should be a selfless moment, man. You know, because his brother's going through real stuff in the body, infirmities, where they may have to take certain medications. You know, you may have brothers going through monetary issues, you know, money problems, women problems, where the demon that they were dealing with is dragging them through courts and all different types of different, you know, legal things, man. Police issues, whatever the case may be, man. We're Israelites. You know, we're dealing with it all, man. But understanding that a brother is going through that should make you feel selfless, man. You shouldn't feel your same. You shouldn't allow your hell to burden you as much. That's the point. You know?
And when you help somebody else,
Done.
it takes your mind of nothing else off of yours for them to give you a sense of peace
Done.
and goodwill. Charity Most High may have mercy on you.
Done.
You have to do something for the brother.
Ephesians 5, right? This is Ephesians 5 and 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil.
In that evil time. So how much on point you need to really be, and how you're moving. You know, how you're seeing things. You know, how you observing, you know, what's going on, man. You could feel the vibration is totally dark in this time, man. Things are totally different. The way people are behaving, it's just like a certain alteration, you know, is occurred, and that's why you're seeing, you know, strange shit going on, man. You know, people walking on freeways and shit. What the hell is going on? You see? So this is the time where you gotta be on point, man. Be locked in. It's said to be circumspect. When you look up that word circumspect, it goes back to the Greek akrobos, which basically means to be careful. All right, knowing what times that we're in, and we know that the Heavenly Father, He's also the King of terrors. He's sending forth judgment on a daily, constant basis.
Issues of death.
From Him comes the issues from death.
God.
You got to account that He has a spiritual hitman that He sends to the earth, carrying out orders. You know, I just seen some disturbing footage. A brother had posted on the chat where you had I don't know what city this was in, but it was this accident was so bad. You had a person literally dead, stuck up under the tire on the freeway, and then you had a chick laying beside the car. She was alive and she was you know, wheezing in pain. She couldn't even move.
She was stuck.
She was stuck. You know, and it looked bad, man. I was like, man.
Remember that woman?
Huh?
Hey man, what you doing in the street, man?
Oh, yeah.
You out the street, man. Somebody
Yeah.
gonna hit you. Ah!
Yeah.
Somebody moon speed.
Remember that one? I think it was in like Jamaica or somewhere.
Oh yeah, and their
Pile
bodies
up.
was
Oh,
mangled
bodies
down,
was just-
sitting
yeah.
in the middle of the freeway.
It's the time we're living in.
We're in
That
that
could be
time.
you if
Yeah.
you're not spiritually on top of your game, attentive to what's going on. Okay.
Yeah, you know. So be mindful and constantly send up the prayers, man. You know, be on point with it, man. You know? That was the point. Something was over.
Tobit 4 and 18. Ask counsel of all that are wise, and despise not any counsel that is profitable. Bless the Lord thy power always, and desire of Him that thy ways may be directed, and that all thy paths and counsels may prosper.
God.
For every nation hath not counsel, but the Lord Himself giveth all good things, and He humbleth whom He will, as He will.
If I can say this, if you ain't paying attention, we're gonna watch everybody get jacked up, but they're gonna start noticing, hey, those Hebrew Israelites are the only ones that's not getting jacked up with everybody else. The 2/3 is still gonna be getting jacked up, but the elect are gonna start escaping all these perils in different situations constantly, and then that the people are gonna start taking notice.
Yeah. That's
Because
it.
that's the spirit that's tapped in to the wisdom and discernment of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
That's that Psalms 91. 10,000 on
Yeah,
and 10,000 on one side, 1,000 on the other.
yeah. But it will not come nigh thee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now therefore, my son, remember my commandments, neither let them be put out of thy mind.
Salaki, that's something, because when you brought it up, the spirit was hitting me when that situation on the freeway earlier. I thought about that with a lesson. I didn't think I had time to do it before camp, but it came out anyway. The fact that when you committing these abominations and sins and different things, that opens you up for the devil to deal with you, to be able to work within you instead of the Spirit working with you when you perform righteousness. Now we're subject to sin, but trying to clean yourself up keeps you away from a lot of this low level BS. These people out here eating all types of abominations and all types of abominable acts, just becoming a magnet or a haven for demonic energies.
Yeah.
So that's why you gotta rehearse these righteous acts to the best of your ability.
Right. Because what you want to do, you want to minimize your losses, man.
Yep.
And minimize the hell that you go through. And sinning and giving in into the flesh. And well, you increase that possibility. Why? Because you stray further and further away from Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
I got something. You got something? I got real quick. Second Ezra chapter 5. I'll start at 9.
Start at the top. At the top.
Yep.
The first 2 verses.
Verse 1, it says, nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith.
Yeah.
And that's the
And that's why we're in perilous times. Because there's no level of fear of the Most High in this world anymore. You know, most of these people in this generation, they don't even believe in the Most High. They believe in witchcraft. They believe in whatever they believe in.
themselves.
They believe in they self. There's a lot of absorbance and self-worship going on.
I trust myself.
I trust myself.
General Yahan, remember that nigga said that?
Yeah.
Tazariak.
Tazariak.
So that's the reason why iniquity is abounding, man. Because they're forsaking the Holy One. He's not the center of people's thoughts and how they carry themselves, man. So you're gonna move around like a straight, reprobate, somebody that's void of judgment, like a brute beast, you know. That's the reason why we're seeing the things the way they are. Man. Read that again.
Yep, verse 1, it says, nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, meaning the prophecies and the times that we're measuring, right?
Yeah.
Behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. It's funny because the way of truth being hidden is going to be hidden amongst the elect, okay? And the women that are of the elect, they're going to be connected to the source, whether through a man or through the spirit, to be able to tap into that wisdom the same way, okay? But the rest of the people, you're not going to know what to do. You're just going to be impulsive, and you're going to get jacked up more and more. You're just going to be self-willed and go more and more. You know how many times shit will happen, you'll be like, man, I would knock that, you know what, let me fall back.
Yep.
It'd be the thought that comes like,
being
not.
Yeah, being in the truth, you don't let shit get you mad as you would before. For me it takes a lot to really get me angry, and that's because you've grown and in the truth, in the spirit,
Like the scriptures say, he that is slow to anger is great in understanding.
Yep.
Because you become more seasoned and you know how to exercise your discernment to know, when Satan is trying to, get you out of character, get you out of your spirit.
Yeah.
And it also help build your patient levels. Because we're really in this thing to suffer, to build up our experiences.
That's right.
We gotta go through a lot with you. We gotta suffer the wicked acts and works of these unrighteous people, and be in all the vexation that comes along with it.
Yeah.
To persevere through the end of this thing. And right now we just gotta wait and suffer through it. We can't execute nothing. We can't escape it. We can't rush it. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's what separates us or the brothers from the apostles. That's why the apostles are worthy of double honors, because they have the experience in this, doing this.
It says, and the land shall be barren of faith, but iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to what Yahweh Shai said about, the times, in 70 AD. You can apply that to now because wickedness is on a whole nother level now. All right? It's on a whole nother level. All right? And you don't even know what to believe. You don't know what to trust. People are inconsiderate. People are just heartless, cold. People won't have they won't have no thought of it. They don't even think about it. People just constantly just blacking out, man.
It's like the same energy that was on the earth before the flood.
Yeah.
All manner of wickedness, man.
It's just the two other verses, right? You have to jump up. Verse 9 and 10, it says, and salt waters shall be in the sweet, meaning the things that you're used to being a certain way, that's about to change. When you used to common courtesies and all of that's out. That's out for sure in these times. It says, and all friends shall destroy one another. Then shall wit hide itself, and understanding will draw itself into his secret chamber, and shall be sought of many, and yet not be found. Then shall unrighteousness and continency be multiplied upon earth. And that's what it is. When people get incontinent, they're not satisfied. They start reaching out to take from the next person. And this is what we're starting to see, the inconsiderations of other people upon you and those around you. Okay? So people gonna be going through your stuff, rifling through your yard and just being all about self, man. To where you want to react in an impulsive way. Niggas on my street just leaving garbage on the street. Like, tell your people to take their shit with them or throw it in your trash. Or you come get it for them. Pile of trash just in front of my house. Now, can I go to these niggas and be like, hey, man, tell your people, or bring it over to their side of their yard? What's going to end up happening? Now we got to bump heads and lock horns and shit. Y'all got it.
Hey, real quick, if you can, this is 2nd Ezra 5. That same verse you just read, verse 9.
Verse 9.
Yeah, read. That's the GNT translation. Read that real quick.
GNT translation of 2nd Ezra chapter 5, verse 9. It says, fresh water will become salty. Salty, right? It said then, so like friends everywhere will attack one another. Then understanding will disappear, and reason will go into hiding.
Reason will go into hiding.
Yep.
So people are losing their sense of reason.
Yeah.
These people are they're fucking losing it, man. That's why it's not. This is what scriptures say: we shall come into perilous times.
Oh, I gotta keep reading.
People having complete meltdowns, going crazy. And let's not forget, these people all sauced up, so you don't even know if them damn nanobots is altering people's fucking mind state.
They definitely working on their mental.
Yeah.
And with the information coming out, or they may see a meme that says something about the juice, and they thinking like, what did I do?
Right.
I got 2 of them.
Yeah.
So it's definitely effing with their head.
Yeah.
Keep reading. It's good. It says, and they will not be found even though they may look for them. Everywhere on earth, wickedness and violence will increase. Yeah, buddy.
Isn't that what we see every day?
You can't catch all the wickedness to call it out in videos,
Yeah.
Like, damn, it's so much. Like, 8 things happen. I gotta pick and choose or try to put them all in the video. All of them. There's so much happening. These chats brothers have just been flowing. Like, damn, this and this and oh man.
Yeah, man. Like a brother mentioned about the behavior that was happening going back during the time of Noah. What does it say? Somebody go to was that Genesis 6?
Yep.
It was a lot of that going on back then. People losing their minds. People losing their sense of reasoning and logic. People being so quick to get violent with one another. There was a lot of murder, A lot of sexual deviancy, all that was going on, man, just like in this time. See? Somebody get that? Yep.
Now Genesis 6:5. And Yahweh saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth.
Yeah, because it was, you better believe back then, it was a plethora of demonic spirits just going to and fro in the earth at that time.
Yep.
I mean, it was so bad the Lord had to literally like, I gotta do a reset. I gotta reset the planet, man. This shit is, it's gotten overboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, heavy idolatry. You know, heavy debauchery. All this shit is not new. They get to the children now. They trying to turn your kids out.
Yeah.
They got pornographic, homosexual pornographic images in the schools' books.
Yeah. They teaching sex ed in kindergarten and shit.
Yeah. So they're already trying to condition your children up to be sexual deviants, man.
They're taking your children to homosexual bars.
Yeah.
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 Fuck.
Yeah, man. So you just see the level of evil and wickedness where it's at in the earth. We know that we ain't got that much time left. This gotta be,
Yeah.
you know. Who's
I'll read it.
goes.
I'll continue. I'll reread verse 5 in Genesis 6.
Yep.
Yahweh saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
It was only evil. You know, people walking in their flesh. It was just nothing but evil thoughts. Hey, where's that in the book of Mark? Where it talks about what comes out of the heart? Because Yahweh Shai, when he was talking to them wicked ass scribes and Pharisees, he said it's not what goeth out of a man. It's like, no, it's not what goes in, but what comes out of the man what defiles him. It comes from the mind first.
Yeah.
So the Lord was talking about the mindset of these people going back to the time of what Noah. They're in the same mind frame that they were in as they are today. Yeah.
Yeah, this is
That Mark 7, maybe?
Mark 7 and 15, I think it is. Yeah, it says Mark chapter 7 verse 15, there is nothing from without a man that entering into him can defile him. But the things that come out of him, those are they that defile man.
See, and Yahweh Shai was, because they came to him with a carnal ass matter.
Yep.
Why aren't they washing their hands when they eat? You know, that's going against our forefathers' tradition. You know, trying to be holier than thou and you know, appear like they were trying to find fault.
At a net, like
And Yahweh Shai took that carnal matter and flipped it on them with something more spiritual.
because what was happening is like
Instead of looking at the flesh, why don't you look into your spirit? See if that's defiled.
They were looking for something against men that wasn't really offended. So their evil mind trying to find fault in righteous men
Yep.
is what the problem really was. Why are you trying to find fault? Why are you just looking for bad things to point out on people, to defame these people? Versus having the right mind and saying, you could have came to them privately, hey man, wash your hands, let me help you out. As a brother would do, but they was trying to find fault to be able to accuse even Yahweh Shai through them.
That's how they do us.
Exactly.
That's how they do the apostles and different brothers out there. They try to look and nitpick, you know, what they can find wrong, or you know, what type of fault that brothers might have, and that's an excuse for them to not follow or not listen to the message. You know, we was talking about that the other week. Oh, why y'all wearing Jordans? Why y'all doing this? You know, Yahweh Shai said about because they was trying to find fault. John the Baptist, he came neither eat nor drink, and they said that he had a devil. The Son of Man, you know, come eating and drinking. They say, oh, he's a wine bibber. They're gluttonous and a wine bibber. So you can never win with these people, but that's because their mind frame, their heart, is just continually evil, man. They don't really want to come into the light lest they needs be reproved.
And that's why we always say things like, hey, you can tell us what that we ain't got it, but you can't tell us what it is.
Yeah.
You can tell us what it ain't, but you can never tell us what it is.
Done. It's the similar situation with the Apostle Paul when he said, "Yeah, though I may be rude in speech, yet not knowledge."
Yeah.
You know, Jake, oh,
When
we're
I
all cussing.
manifest, what he say? When I manifest, and when I made manifest in these sayings, to roughly paraphrase it, it's kind of how I understand it. But you see the things that I'm actually saying is true, and it makes sense.
Yeah, go back to that, finish that, and then go back to Genesis.
Yeah, that was the point. But
Still hold on.
I'll keep going if you want.
Well, unless it's in another chapter.
It's another one. It's in a couple chapters.
No, we'll read
Keep
that.
going.
Yeah, read
I
that.
got you. Oh yeah, I see. Yep, it's gonna say what we were saying. Verse 16. I'll start fishing again. There is nothing from without a man that entering into him can defile him, but the things which come out of man, out of him, those are they that defile the man. If any man have ears to hear, let him hear. And when he was entered into the house from the people, the disciples asked him concerning the parable, and he said unto them, Are ye so without understanding also? Do ye not perceive that whatsoever thing from without entereth into a man, it cannot defile him, because it entereth not into his heart, but into the belly, and goeth out into the draught, purging all meats. Shit it out. You know.
Right.
It says, and he said, that which cometh out of the man, that defileth the man. For from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, murders, thefts, covetousness, wickedness. This is labeling the time we're in now, right? Covetousness.
How'd you get that? Because going back to what is stated in Genesis, the 6th chapter,
Yep.
that basically their hearts was only set continually to do evil.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this was what was going on a heavy level.
Yep.
You know?
22, it says thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, and evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness.
And these people in this day and time, they find pleasure in this shit, man.
Yep.
You know, that's why the culture of, you know, not shaming, not criticizing. You know,
And there's also cancel culture.
if you speak against any of these things, cancel culture, or you're shaming me, or you're being judgmental. Don't judge me. You know, or at least I'm getting to the bag. That's what Jake said.
Yep.
Why you hate? Stop being a hater. So they find comfort in this behavior. That's because their mind and conscience is darkened.
They don't want to be warned or none of that.
It's time.
It's a little,
They don't want to retain the knowledge of the Most High in their mind. They rather stay in darkness, in ignorance, gross ignorance, man. Because they find more pleasure in that. Okay?
the world accepts them with that evil.
Huh.
Right. 23, it says, all these evil things come from within and defile the man.
Well, it just what defiles you. So these people were
Bro, let
clearly
them through.
defiled.
With that stroller.
You know, these people were clearly defiled, man. Going back to the time of Noah, they was extremely corrupted. All right, hypersexualized, just like this modern society. Everything was all about, you know, sexual debauchery. People not controlling their lust, gluttony, just basically just doing extras, man. To the point of, you know, there was no way to control it. It got out of control. But Noah was the only one who had a different mind. He had a different heart. Okay? He was the one that was the most purest out of all those people. So that's why the Lord used him as that vessel of mercy to preserve man on the earth. And that's basically the elect. That's what the elect is going to be in this time. Because they have a different heart. They have a different mindset, man.
That's
Yeah,
why
they
we're
pro-
already signing crime.
The elect is programmed different.
Yep.
Con. So, yep.
Psalms 53 and verse. Well, I'll start at verse 1, 1 to 5. read it quick. To the chief musician upon Mahalath Mashil, a psalm of David. The fool has said in his heart, there is no power, there is no God. Corrupt are they, and have done abominable iniquity.
Somebody can grab, or I'll quote it. Because judgment, how does it go?
Habakkuk 1 and 4. Yeah, we were thinking about that.
I ain't saying it wasn't new.
Yeah, a person that doesn't have a sense of fear of a higher power, they're gonna behave as such. All right? This type of person, because there is no God, they get to set their own moral compass.
Yeah.
They dictate what's right and what's wrong in their eyes. The ways of a man is right in his own eyes, but the end thereof are the ways of death. So you're a fool for not believing that there's a higher power that designed all this, and that also, when he designed it, he gave it instructions. He gave it boundaries.
He set a standard.
He set standards. So when you remove the Most High out of the picture, there's no limit to whatever wickedness you'll do. You know? That's what a lot of these Satanists, that's what they do. If there is a God, he's Satan. And Satan says you can do what the hell you want to do as thou wilt. All right? Hey, that's a satanic philosophy, man. And a lot of people in this society, they live by that. You only have one life. Right?
Yeah.
That's what they say.
YOLO spirit.
So just go all out. This is why niggas go and they live their life of crime, robbing, banks. They'll rob whatever, man. You got women they value money over their own virtue. In this society, this nigga, Tupac used to say MOB, which meant money over business, right? Motherfuckers don't live by that. It's money in hoes over God. It's money in hoes over dignity. It's money in hoes over integrity. It's money in hoes over character. It's money and hoes over virtue.
And you hear this in the music. You hear all of the music becomes a mantra. You push the music, but who's gravitating to the music? Who's trying to live that lifestyle of the music? Our people. Destroyed.
There is none that doeth good. Yahweh looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand, that seek the Most High. Every one of them is going back. They are altogether become filthy. There is none that doeth good, no, not one.
Just like where the brother was reading. Nobody doing anything righteous. Brother, we just read it in 2nd Ezra 5. There's nothing but wickedness and violence, man. They threw the Most High away.
Yeah.
Like he was never going to turn back around.
Right.
You don't start dealing with the earth again.
But then when tragedy strikes, when all type of devastation happens, when the Lord starts plaguing these people, then that's when all of a sudden that's when they want to turn back to him.
Pray for Sin City. Pray for pray for Australia, wherever. Pray for what's the new Peru? Was it Peru?
They just had an earthquake down there.
It was an
earthquake, like 7.5.
Yeah.
Pray for them. Hey, they don't deserve that. Now those are our people. But people down, our people wicked as hell, man. Most times we'll send judgment like that upon the wicked. Those that is not, there's brothers down there too. Right? So I believe those brothers are all right. And we'll be all right.
Yep. And everybody else.
Yeah.
Basically, it's judgment time, man. And this whole time period of coming into the time of Jacob's trouble, the beginning of sorrows and all that, this is a time period where all the wicked are being punished. This is all created for the wicked, man. The famines, the pestilences, all right, war, bloodshed, getting smited with the sword, famine, all this is all designed for the wicked, man. This is why evil is increasing.
So everybody's back in this time to get judged.
Because the Lord, all he's doing is reciprocating all the wickedness, all the vanity, you know, all the iniquity that you're doing in the earth. The Lord is reciprocating that with judgment. All right? Go ahead.
Have the workers of iniquity no knowledge, who eat up my people as they eat bread? They have not called upon the Most High.
Yep.
There were they in great fear, where no fear was, for Yahweh has scattered the bones of him that encampeth against thee. Thou hast put them to shame, because Yahweh has despised them.
Yeah, it is, man. You know, so it's not enough fear of the Most High in the world. So that's the reason why the Lord is multiplying the plagues. We're just scratching the surface, man. Anything that you see devastating now, we're just scratching the surface. There's way more to come.
Yeah,
All
we're
right?
still out here.
Hey, yeah, the fact that we still able to come out here and do what we're doing. People still walking up and down with their nose up, still got, you know, a sense of pride on them. We're gonna know we're in that time when you don't see that no more.
Yeah.
Hey, second Ezra was at 8 and 50.
Yep.
Many great miseries shall be done to them in the latter days, because they walked in great pride.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Because you people are full of yourself. You're too self-absorbed, man. All you care about is your emotions, your feelings, your belly, and your pockets, man. That's all you care about. All right? You wonder why the Heavenly Father is finna bring it to you people, man. The Lord said he's angry with the wicked every day.
That's right.
All right? Yep.
It is 2nd Ezra 9, and I'm gonna start here at 8. It says, it's not 7. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works, and by faith whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning.
So those are the only men and women that's going to be protected through these perilous times. Those that have faith and their work showed, it shows forth. They're going to be preserved from the sad perils, man. But everybody else, hey, you know, get ready for it, man. All right? Go ahead.
Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me,
Yep.
and they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it.
Yeah, because you despise the Heavenly Father, man. You know, when you really, you know, sit back and analyze, people who constantly, you know, critiquing the scriptures and critique why the Most High do the things that he does, is really ultimately because they hate the Most High. They hate the ways of righteousness.
Yeah.
All right, but they value and worship the ways of darkness, man. You know? So because of that, the Lord's gonna, he got something pent up for him. And mainly talking about these people. You know? They're the main ones bulking up. You even can have reasonable conversations with these damn heathens, man.
Yeah.
Some of them appear to be more moral than a lot of these people, man.
But the real woke culture that they, you know, hashtag woke and all that is really with Edomites and heathen. It ain't you, Jakes. Y'all still sleep. Y'all still trying to get out of the impoverished situation versus understanding why you're in the situation and that you got to endure it and get out of it spiritually. You know? That's really what this is about. But freeing yourself and understanding why it says that you shall know the truth and the truth shall make you free. You become free from the bondage. You're still physically in it, but mentally you understand, okay, I'm never gonna be morally right and a millionaire in this shit. It's not meant to happen that way. I can stop seeking for that. The real riches are for wisdom and learn the spirit of Yahweh, understanding his prophecies and his dark sayings.
It says the same must know it after death by pain. 13, and therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created.
Yeah, we only got to be concerned with the righteous. That's why we only, when we come out here and teach, we're only concerned with the elect. You know, hundreds of people walk by constantly, but it might be just that only you souls standing before us might be the only ones that the Lord's gonna have mercy on.
Yep.
We know these people they're out of here, man. You know, and even was it Abraham? He tried to say prayers up for. He was trying to inquire if there was any souls that could be saved inside of him.
Yeah.
The Lord was like, "Well, show me 10 of them."
He never kept going down. Just give me one. He was like,
Yeah,
get the hell out of here.
yeah. Because when you keep going back, you still in second of his mind. It tells you that there's going to be many more that perish than those that will be saved. Because most of these people, they're back here just to get judged.
19.
They're here for judgment, man. They're vessels of wrath into destruction.
Yeah.
Watch out, man.
It seemed like it was always a mediator between the Most High and the children of Israel that was trying to plead for Israel. You had, of course, you said Moses, Yahweh Shai, Abraham. You just said Abraham. Yeah. So it was, and we're that now, but Jacob want to get right, man.
Quick. So, Matthew 12:27. He is not the God of the dead, but the God of the living. Ye therefore do greatly err.
There it is.
This is about life, not about escaping death.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your mind should be on the things that breathe life, that are righteous unto the Heavenly Father, who gives life, versus us, not being judged for the things that bring death in your life.
Right.
Okay?
Because these people, they're dead. Meaning spiritually, they're gone.
They're just waiting on the physical to happen.
Yeah.
But we got things in eternal hopes for more and more life to prosper in that through this word.
Go ahead.
Been holding on. I don't know if it's
Is
still
there more?
Come back on.
Said he was holding.
Yeah, he was.
He was holding.
I mean, yeah.
I was, but the spirit shit started.
That's good.
So before you still have more?
That was it. I got Genesis
Genesis what? 17?
19 and 17.
You can go there real quick and then.
Because I got something that go right before you go back.
You want me to start at Abraham or?
Yeah, when he started to. Yeah, go ahead.
It's Genesis 7. It's like Genesis 18, and I'm gonna start here at 18.
Now remember, we going back to see, this was post flood, but this is when shit got out of hand again. But this time it was. Yeah,
This worked. This one worked.
this right here, man, it caused that smoke from the Heavenly Father, man. It was way too much sexual immorality going on. Very disturbing, man. Just imagine if there was some muscle-bound dude that walked up to any one of y'all and was like, "Hey, let's go to the nearest bathroom right now." That's how fucking aggressive they was with it back then.
He's the way in the bar.
It's just, Fleece Johnson ass type of characters, man.
It's like that Atlanta on steroids.
Con, a Damon ass nigga.
Yeah.
You see? And see, in this day and age, you gonna get counsel if you reject them.
Yeah.
We saw that dude said, let's go get the camera on.
Yeah. And they wasn't here when that happened. Damn devils, man. But that spirit, that energy is heavy. Matter of fact, this is what before some of y'all brothers showed up. it was an old Edomite, old crusty Edomite walked by, and when he came by, he said, "Are y'all really, is your religion prohibits homosexuality too?" And he was like, "Hell yeah!" And he was like, "Man, that sucks." And he was like, "Man, you never. I don't even want to say it. I can't even say this shit, man. It was so twisted."
I said this way. So you've never known the pleasure in a man?
Yeah.
Well, he said the rough way though.
Man.
Yeah, he was like, hell no. No thank you.
Yeah.
He's like, that sucks, man. You guys don't know what it's like. He was like really like disappointed in us for not wanting to know what that was like.
Good thing I went there.
That's how it was in that time on Solomon Gomorrah.
That's sick.
So you never stuck an animal in there, wrecked them, you know?
He said that?
No.
Oh. Oh, man. Yeah, Con.
And Esau has that same nature.
Exactly.
You know, that spirit that was on him. That's Esau has that. He shares that same nature, man. That's why it's he has no shame in it. He's proud about, you know, moving around in that fashion, man.
A lot was fake.
You know? This motherfucker lay with animals is nothing to him. And this same devil happens to be the one in power. He's the ruler.
As is the ruler,
So shall be the people, man.
Joe said he won't let Edomites around his dog.
See, if you reject that type of behavior, you're the one being criticized.
Yeah.
You know, they're gonna demonize you.
Yep.
This is a sick ass fucking world, man.
You make it legal to marry your dog before he lets you get multiple wives.
Yeah.
Shit, that shit's legal already, and not married, but to have, you know, with animals in like 15 states.
Yeah.
Wicked. And you know, it could be more now, you know.
Yeah, it's more common than people. Just because it's not at the forefront, that don't mean that the shit is common.
It's just happening.
You know? That shit is a fetish.
Hey, in the 80s, there was a men's bachelor parties. They were donkey parties.
Yeah.
Where they were
Tijuana.
Yeah, that's exactly. You go there, right across the border, and you enjoy yourself in whatever way you can. And they bring animals, and harlots, and everything to the forefront. You have an experience and tell them about it.
You see why the Lord gotta bring the missile fire.
Yeah, real something, just to be on some sick shit right quick. The fucking gerbil shit, man.
Oh
They
man.
tell you, like
Richard Gere.
Actually,
people
yeah. Look
People
up
really-
what Richard Gere ass.
People
Richard
really do
Queer.
that though. People, and it was they slid it in that movie, Dr. Doolittle with Eddie Murphy.
Oh yeah.
Y'all remember that, right?
With the dog, right?
No, it was the gerbil.
was it, the-
The gerbil was in the man's.
No,
Oh,
the
yeah,
professor.
yeah.
Chris Rock, the Chris Rock character went right into but he was like, if you watch it with understanding that, which is when I saw it, I understood. I was like, what the fuck? That's what they do. A lot of people that work in like emergency rooms, they'll tell you that's the common thing that they deal with in there. Getting that out, especially in higher class neighborhoods. You know, they deal with that shit, man. They be in there because they broke it down. That's just crazy. Though.
You just think like, why?
Exactly.
Got a quick read. There's a Jude 1-7. Even the Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh,
Yep.
are set forth in example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire.
And this fucked up, so if I may, bro. That was for sexual deviancy. But this place has way more crimes.
This place got it
against
beat.
Yeah.
America, basically Western society, you know, parts of Europe, but mainly over here in the States. When it comes to sexual immorality, this place got ancient Sodom and Gomorrah beat. Because only here where you can actually be safe and not penalized for doing this shit. You make bags, man. You make money doing this sick shit.
Yeah. You provide this service. Just Lean Maxwell over there right now
Cut.
on trial. They try to slip her shit under the rug.
Yeah.
They try to act like people in Rittenhouse. Why? Talk about Rittenhouse. No, we see that this whole thing is going down.
Hey, they had all the list of celebrities on that long list.
All your favorites.
All your favorites, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Jay-Z is on that list.
Beyonce
is on that list.
Everybody's favorite partner. I mean, favorite woman.
Huh. Rihanna, all the motherfuckers, man. They was all on that list. Them motherfuckers are prospering. Okay. So this place got ancient Sodom and Gomorrah beat. You see?
Sodom and Gomorrah was like 5 cities, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, all 50 states.
Oh.
How many cities?
Yeah, man.
I got you. Leviticus 18 and 22 and 23. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is an abomination. Neither shalt thou lie with any beast to defile thyself therewith. Neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down thereto. It is confusion. Defile not ye yourselves in any of these things, for in all these the nations are defiled, which I cast out before you.
Yeah, that shit is straight defilement. It's filthy, man. You know, it even causes, you know, spiritual defilement. Like when a lot of these people in the music industry, when they tell you about their adventures of, you know, when they were young and they came into the industry and they were taken advantage of. What they're really trying to tell you is they got touched. In order for them to get, you know, through certain doors to get into that industry to be prosperous, there were certain things that they had to do in the dark.
Yeah.
And you know, years later, you see what they become. You can see that they're just fucked up, man.
Starry eyes.
You know, their behavior, they can't seem to stay out of trouble. They always drinking.
Gotta wear sunglasses.
Always gotta wear shade,
Shade.
darken their eyes. Cause their soul is pretty much defiled, man. They're unclean.
Y'all ever seen
No.
Diddy's eyes?
Well, when was the last time you could say you seen him?
Right.
Right.
But whenever you get the chance and you see this, he look like he's gone in there, man. He's always licking his lips, looking at men and talking all sideways. I'm just using him as an example, but the whole industry's that way. Russell Simmons, all of them. All the people on that list. On that Ghislaine Maxwell list, all the people's eyes are gone. You can see the soul is not in them. They either are convicted in themselves and they did some shit, or they just fuck it. This is what it is now. I can't go back.
Yep. It's a total defilement of your soul and spirit, man.
Yeah, like what's
The act of sodomy, the Hamites, they practiced that because it was a form of what you call sex magic.
Yep.
Pretty much when you engage in that act of sodomy, you're opening up like a demonic portal, you know, within that act. You know, demons basically increase within you when you're engaged in that behavior, man.
Damn. There was
This is the reason why they sleep with children. They take away their innocency and they steal that energy. And that's how they conjure up them left-hand spirits from that, man.
there was a book I read the passage in the book. I'm trying to remember. It might have been Aleister Crowley, one of those or something. One of them crazy books like that. But it says there's no greater magic than the anus of an 8-year-old black boy.
Yeah, that was Aleister Crowley.
It was Aleister Crowley, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
No greater magic than in the anus of an 8-year-old boy. A 6-year-old boy. And I think they said 8 is too late, or something like that. Like it's not young enough.
And you know, according to
The younger the better.
why the small hats, why they're big at that, it's even in their Talmud
Yeah.
that you can actually marry and pop a 3-year-old.
Yep.
They circumcising little boys with their mouth.
Yeah.
Newborn.
Yeah, man.
And they try to justify it with the Talmud.
Sick. So you already know that man, Walt Disney, all that shit, it
Yeah.
goes on heavy there, man.
What's that shit called? All them shits be on like the shows used to be on Nickelodeon and shit, like
Oh, yeah.
iCarly and all that shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where them kids at now? They all flooded out to the industry? Or they gone?
Yeah, like Kiki Palmer bugged out.
Bugged out.
With the one nigga,
Orlando Brown.
Yep.
That motherfucker, man, they did all type of shit to
Hey,
him.
he converted to Christianity. So, in his mind, he said he's good.
Yeah, he trying to repent, but I'm sorry, bro.
Oh,
Oh yeah. They got him.
everybody read that? Read what they had? You know, you got it.
Go for the Corys, Murray Feldman, and
Yep, and Haney. Yep.
Then you got Jake like Terry Crews, man. Swole. What he's like 6'8"?
6'3", 6'3", 6'4".
Bro.
Friday after next.
Like 6'8", 230 pounds. Saying that a puny Edomite just overtook him, bro.
Yeah.
No, he said he grabbed his dick or something.
Why?
And-
Yeah, shit, he was in the interview with that movie role. They do.
Marcus Houston's brother, B2K,
Oh, yeah.
that whole.
Oh yeah.
For
Chris
Stokes.
Stokes, yep.
Yep, kind of.
He, that was his lane. He was set up for that. My ass hurt, man. Okay.
This Genesis 18:18. Seeing that Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation, and all nations of the earth shall be blessed in him. For I know him, that he will command his children and his house, hold after them, and they shall keep the way of the Lord Yahweh Shai, to do justice and judgment, that the Lord may bring upon Abraham that which he had spoken of him. And Yahweh said, because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their sin is very grievous, I will go down now and see whether they have done altogether according to the cry of it, which has come unto me, and if not, I will know.
Yeah, he said basically their sins is crying up to him. You know? This shit is so heavy that I'm getting cries. Like the angels is coming up and telling me what the fuck they doing down there. You know? And then of course it tells you that Lot, he was vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked.
Yeah.
You know? His soul was crying out to the Heavenly Father of what the hell he was doing. I know y'all tired of this shit. Your soul be wanting to just cry out like, man, come on, man, like what the fuck, man? You know? Especially when they try to target the children, man. And they're mainly targeting these children, our people, man. They want to emasculate you. They want to take away your masculinity, your manhood. They want to take away your dignity from you, man.
Something I noticed.
They want to take away your manpower, man. Because a nation defeated like that, there's no fight in it.
Yeah.
There's no resistance. They're just completely defeated and submitted, man.
Yeah.
That's how Esau likes Jake.
Take away your masculinity. You said that.
Right.
Yeah.
But when he sees us standing up boldly and courageous and manly, Esau, he fears that, man. That's why he's pushing that agenda heavy upon our people.
We begin to look at us like an army.
Yeah, that's what the scriptures say. And they stood up on their feet as a great army, man. You know?
I had something right there. Because you were talking about cries went up to heaven, right? This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15, I'll start at verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore saith the Lord Yahweh, it says, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent in righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And therefore, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. And that's what happened with Lot in that time. Because it was him and his family, that was it. Get the hell out of here. You're it. When you do that, when you go through that whole experiment, you find me 50 people. Okay, you can't find me 10 people. Find me 2, find me 1 person. When you went through all of that, there was nobody else but him there that was worthy to be saved.
Yeah.
If you go even, I'm not going to go that deep with y'all, but if you go deeper, you look in the mind of his daughters wasn't even right. At the end of the day, I'll just kind of leave it at that. His wife, we know she wasn't right. She looked back. You got it, huh?
I mean, that spirit, that energy that was up around them people, it was very flagrant. It was very flagrant, man. Like, I'm talking about extreme lust, you know, and Hollywood, it's just like that. It's just like that, man.
Isn't Sodom meaning like hot? Something like that?
Look it up.
Look it up.
Hey, the
The
same.
reason why the modern definition of Sodom, you see what it goes into.
Yeah.
Sodomy. You know? That's what they did. Now, in the context of when the scriptures talk about there should not be any sodomites of the sons of Israel, he's talking about a male temple prostitute.
Yep.
A man that'll, you know, have sex or engage in sexual immorality in the commemoration of a pagan god or deity. You know, like a male gigolo.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, the whore is the female version of that. A harlot, basically a temple harlot or a temple prostitute. And they did that during the time of Antiochus Epiphanes during the Greek Empire.
And really, they were in the temple, literally making it into a harlot house.
Yeah, they was having orgies in the temple to was it Bacchus or Dionysus, one of them deities. They would get drunk and then they would just they would have one of them parties, man. They had one of them parties. Them parties that Puff was talking about on Drink Champs. But you ain't never party with me though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, but I'm just saying we ain't ever party. That's you know what the fuck that nigga was talking
Hey,
about.
on the one video with Kevin Hart,
Yeah.
it's on YouTube somewhere. I don't know the name of it. But Kevin Hart was basically interviewing P Diddy.
Usher.
Yeah, it was Usher and P Diddy was like, oh yeah, don't get on this bed, don't get on the bed. And it was an Edomite. She had to be a witch, man, because she was walking around the bed the whole interview.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, whatever y'all do, you know, just don't sit on this bed, don't sit on the bed. Kevin Hart's like, man, what this nigga talking about, man? And he didn't understand then, man. He understand now though.
He understand fully now.
Hell yeah.
Parties that Richard Pryor was talking about.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. He made justice, but yeah, them parties, man. Hey, when Cat Williams was talking about
Yeah.
Yeah.
Professor Ogilvy.
Professor Ogilvy?
Hold on.
Burning, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, burning. See, burning what? Burning their lust.
Yeah.
Like it says in Romans, the first
What
chapter.
men working with was on the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit is worse today, man.
Yeah.
They have them parades. There's no telling when they done with them floats, them rainbow floats and shit, where they going after that shit. They didn't add liquor into the mix. You don't even want to know, man.
Yeah.
You know, Molly's and you know, X pills and shit.
They're also doing that in the land.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Did they even have them type of love drugs back then? Listen, in Sodom and Gomorrah. So you know this shit is probably even more intense now. It's just flat out wickedness, man. That's why we got to get the fuck out of here, man. You know?
Is it more?
Yeah, this shit.
Go with it. Go with it.
It's, back in Genesis 18 and this is 21. I will go down now and see whether they have done altogether according to the cry of it, which has come unto me, and if not, I will know. The men turned their faces from thence and went toward Sodom, but Abraham stood yet before the Lord.
Hey, was that the same situation where we came to the house and the men of the city came up and was like, hey, where them
That's
two
the
guys?
next chapter.
Yeah. Where them two guys that we may know them? That's how aggressive, talking about how aggressive it was. That's a great example of how aggressive that energy really was. It's damn near that now. You can't even deny it. You said it earlier. You can't even deny a flamer coming at you. You can't deny it.
Yeah.
You almost gotta go with it.
And then you got men that are undergoing those operations to become like the woman, and I mean the fucking surgery is so magical. You didn't even know that was a dude.
And they don't have to disclose that.
And they don't even have to say nothing. So you got to be careful who you dealing with now.
I seen I think it was a TikTok bro, and there was one, and it was a nigga, but he was a woman, and he was like, oh yeah, gotta date or something with a dude, and then the next part of it, the dude beat his ass.
Yeah.
Beat his ass, man, which is good.
Yep. Well, that's a hate crime. That's the motherfucker's supposed to be put to death. That's just a straight abomination. But if you actually do that, that's a hate crime. That's how you know that the wicked is in power. The wicked walk on every side when the violent man is exalted. It also says because the law is slack. Yeah. That's the man of sin being revealed, man. Ain't no way in hell in a civilized world would that shit even be a thing. That you even gotta fucking look closely at this motherfucker.
Yeah. You don't know which is which.
You gotta make sure that motherfucker got a child or something, man.
Yeah.
You don't even know what you're dealing with.
But you say, bro, you gotta see a baby picture.
Yeah, you gotta see a baby picture. And let me see if this baby got share your eyes and features and shit. Come.
You can't have any, can't say, oh, let me see a birth certificate.
Right.
That you're a woman or whatever.
Oh, didn't they change up where they don't have to put that on the birth certificate?
Right, now they're not putting it on the birth certificate.
Yeah, they don't have to put that depends on the birth certificate.
You can if you want to.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you get that too. Finish that.
It's 23. And Abraham drew near and said, wilt thou also destroy the righteous with the wicked? Peradventure there be 50 righteous within the city. Wilt thou also destroy and not spare the place for the 50 righteous that are therein? That be far from thee to do after this manner, to slay the righteous with the wicked.
Well, we understand now. It said, will you not destroy the place for the righteous that are also here? Well, that's what the Most High gonna do here. He's like, no, I'm gonna take the righteous out of here. Yep. And then that's what he did there. That's the example. You don't save the place and hope that the place will turn a righteous place. It ain't gonna happen. Wickedness is always gonna overtake the righteous unless the Most High steps in, which he has to with judgment.
And that's what scriptures say, that the days got to be shortened for the elect Satan. Satan. World stuff.
Hey, that's why the Lord had to translate Enoch.
Yep.
It tells you that in Wisdom of Solomon, the 4th chapter, the Lord had to basically take him away because his soul could have gotten altered, corrupted. Because he was perfect before the Lord, and the Lord didn't want him to become subverted by all the corruption. The Lord took him away. The Lord had to take him out of there, man.
Yep.
Go ahead. Go back.
Yep. It's 25. That be far from thee to do after this manner, to slay the righteous with the wicked, and that the righteous should be as the wicked. That be far from thee. Shall not the judge of all the earth do right, and And the Lord said, if I find in Sodom 50 righteous within the city, then I'll spare all the place for their sakes. And Abraham answered and said, behold, now I have taken upon me to speak unto the Lord, which am but dust and ashes. Peradventure there shall lack 5 of the 50 righteous. Wilt thou destroy all of the city for lack of 5? And he said, if I find there 45, I will not destroy it. And he spake unto him yet again and said, peradventure there shall be 40 found there. And he said, I will not do it for 40's sake. And he said unto him, oh, let not the Lord be angry. I will speak. Peradventure there shall 30 be found there. And he said, I will not do it if I find 30 there. And he said, behold, now.
See, Abraham was doing this because he was worried, he was concerned for his nephew. His nephew was over there. He didn't have to see what his nephew was seeing. Lots, he had to, just like how we got to see this shit, man. You know?
We know that there's some bad, like in Vegas, we know there's some bad shit happening here, but we ain't got to directly see it. But you know the shit's happening.
It's avoidable out here.
Huh?
It's avoidable.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
See,
You stay away from strips.
Yeah.
Like
but imagine being in places like Atlanta or San Francisco, where the shit is just blatant. It's just
Or what's that shit over there? Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv. You know, and because you have morals, you have your belief system, but you got to pretty much you got to so-called compromise just to be in this, just to coexist. Because if you depart from the evil, you make yourself a prey.
Yeah.
You'll quickly stand out. These demons they'll know you right at quick notice, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a reason why, like when you see a transformer or a bull or something like that, they immediately show within their body language that they resist you and you resist them. You know, like we always, like, there was this one Jay, I don't see him no more, but he had a long ass hair and shit, he dressed like a woman and shit, and he used to have the nerve to walk past with a disgusted look on his face when he sees us. Why is that? It's because the demons on him, it got him, thinking like that. Good is evil and evil is good in this society, man. And plus, they got demons on them.
We represent the destruction of those demons.
Matter of fact, real quick before we continue, somebody give me Proverbs 29 and read the last verse, real quick. Because that same demon, he'll probably be bold and flirt with another dude, but he'll see you and be like, nah, fuck that. I'm not gonna even go near him.
Yeah.
Because there's a different energy, a different spirit about you.
You don't even want to look.
You're gonna clash.
You don't even want to look at them in the face. The
demons recognize who you are. They can't. And it's the same way with us. We've discussed it. We don't even want to share we don't even want to share the same space with them. We don't even want the same fucking ground that they walk on. But that's how it's set up. Get that for me, whoever found it. Go
It's
ahead.
Proverbs 29 and 27. An unjust man is an abomination to the just. And he that is upright in the way is abomination to the wicked.
Yeah, it is.
You're disgusted by
Disgusting. They're disgusted with us
the guy earlier.
because of what we represent and the energy that's on us. And vice versa, man. Them motherfuckers are profane.
Good is set against evil.
Good is set against evil.
Yep.
See? So just imagine what Lot had to do. But he still had to coexist in that space. He still had to do everyday business and be around these people.
Yep.
Still had to, shop and, do the regular, activities that you have to do to live. And he had to see this shit, man. why the Lord, he saw the grievance, and he saw that the cry was going up to him. He was like, you know what? Since they're out of control, and my servant down there is super vexed, I'm finna do something. I'm finna show the whole world why you should never get to that point. But of course, with Babylon, with this wicked ass society, they repeat the same wickedness as of old and don't learn from it.
Yeah, they really want to teach that history as they doing in the schools. Why don't they start in Sodom?
Why ain't that in the criterion? Why isn't that in your curriculum? Yeah, you teach the kids that, but also teach what happened. Teach the judgment too.
The consequences.
And I guarantee you, them children have sense enough to know, like, well, if God did that to this place because of this that you're trying to teach me, fuck that. I'm not gonna live after that if that's what the end results was.
So see, you're speaking as if they were gonna have a choice. They don't want them to have a choice.
Exactly, that's the point. Because if the children are challenging that, they finna come to the parents. What are you teaching your children at home? Why your child bulking up against this? Why is he questioning it? Why is he? No, you. Because we're
people equal, free.
And I let you know that we're still in slavery. You know.
There's when you talk to the young people at my job, the way they speak is already completely understanding how to not use those adjectives.
Yeah.
You know, like there's no sir and ma'am and all of that. And they, we, it's all that.
And that's the thing. Now they got pronouns where a person identify as they. Yeah. That's plural.
Yeah.
How does that make any sense? Yeah. Or we, I don't identify as a man anymore. I identify as we.
Yeah.
So what the fuck does that mean, man?
Total confusion.
We are legion.
Right.
And they're being filled with wine, man. Esau is spoon feeding them with that wine, man. You know? That's sick, man.
Damn. Just thinking about this shit vexes you,
This is how you know this is the same serpent going back to the garden.
Because let's explore all this evil, good and evil.
And the Lord told Adam, which her Eve following Adam, she knew what the consequence was. He said you can eat of this tree over here, but don't eat of that. But if you eat of that, you're gonna die. You will die.
You will surely die.
You will surely die.
Mm-hmm.
What did the serpent tell her? Oh no, you're not gonna die. You know?
You'll be like a god.
You'll be like a god or a goddess. So the same thing with devil, how he's handling this generation in the school system. If you listen to what we're indoctrinating you with, you're gonna be open-minded. You're gonna be educated. You're gonna be successful. It's progressive.
The devil knows no new tricks. It's the same thing he's saying. The same tactic he's using.
Same tactic
with the jab.
Come.
The same exact tactic.
Exactly.
And if everybody does it, then we're all the same. No, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to do those things. If everybody just loves everybody, I don't want to do that. I like a particular feminine XX. You know, I don't like that other stuff. That is not my preference. I like having a natural immune system and my God gene. I enjoy those things.
Right.
You know, but they don't want you to have all. It's the same tactic of shaming you into being like everybody else, going along with everything that's going on.
Yep.
Making life easier for them.
For them.
You know, because they look out for each other in their jobs and stuff. You know, make sure that they get hired and have a good position.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they don't have a problem with you killing a nigga, spraying up a block, you know, kidnapping kids. You can do all that on a record. But the moment you say something towards that community, it's over with.
And sticks and stones. Hey, this new one was better than we thought. He wasn't even telling jokes like that. He just said, hey, we got to be able to talk about y'all too. Talk about it, and that's why in the Sticks and Stones, when Dave Chappelle was talking about standards and practices. I seen that one when he was like, you know, you can't use the word faggot, and you know.
He about to get his strike, bro.
Yeah, but I had to wait.
Shit.
But he said, well, hey, Renee, he's like, Renee, how come I can use the word nigga with impunity though?
Right.
I said, Dave, well, you're not gay. He said, I'm not a nigga either. Like that joke, that wasn't a joke. That's the mind state. How come we can joke about everything else, but we can't joke about y'all?
Hey, same
Find
thing.
out who's in control about who you can't talk about.
Hey, same thing with YouTube.
Yep.
What we're talking right now is an offense. It can get strikes right off the top, just for speaking up rightly. But yet, there's algorithms on there
Yeah.
where you can watch child soft porn
Yep.
Bro,
on YouTube, softcore porn of children on YouTube. That same platform that say you get a strike if you say a mo is you know.
Or speak on the small
Or you
hats.
speak on the fucking the sauce, the juice. You know what I mean?
bro, it's a
That's and that shows you the hypocrisy of this devil too.
fine.
But that's an example of them calling good evil and evil good.
Yeah.
You know, putting light for darkness and darkness for light, man. When the society gets to that point, you already know the Heavenly Father got judgment impending, man.
Fine.
And we was just talking about it way back when still got more?
It's you remember me, you and Cariel was watching it at the crib. It's a documentary on YouTube right now of the curses of Jake.
Yeah.
They show them doing crack, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They show going through the crack houses, showing Jake getting the fights, getting
yeah.
stabbed and all that stuff.
Chick
That's
blowing him, the
bro.
crackhead, house leader guy.
still on YouTube. Still on YouTube. How doesn't that violate community guidelines?
You can see when, you know,
I bet that shit ain't age censored or nothing.
Bro,
it's
that
not
video
no.
from like
See,
2012.
they love to showcase our dysfunctionality. They love to see us degenerate. They love to see us you know, not
Yeah, I know you know.
you know, basically when our morals are compromised and seeing us in this condition, defiled, they love showcasing that. But when Jake started to stand up for righteousness, it's pretty much canceled.
No,
You know?
World Star Hip Hop. You don't got a World Star Hip Hop for Edomites,
Right.
right?
They entertain.
Yeah.
Favorite pastime. Watch Jake jack up.
And that's the Lamentations, the second chapter. We mentioned that earlier.
It's Lamentations 2 and 15. All that pass by clap their hands at me. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly this is the day that we looked for.
It's fucked up because they make it look like we did this to ourselves, like they had nothing to do with this. Now we did, but you aided it. You forwarded the affliction.
Con.
Talking about the Edomites that are in the roots. So you didn't make it a law that we couldn't do certain shit or that nobody could do. It's against the law,
Yeah.
but we didn't go bring guns and drugs into our own neighborhood and create the whole idea of gangs. We didn't create that shit like that.
We didn't.
You perpetuate that and you allow it in the music. Now the mantra of that is going to circle around to where we at now, killing each other.
We don't build liquor stores or none of that
Instead of
shit.
poison out of it, right?
Distribute alcohol.
And that's why it says in Habakkuk, the second chapter, woe to you that put up the bottle to his neighbor and make him drunken, that you may look upon his nakedness. Right? Jake is just exposed to all level of, you know, witchcraft and wicked behavior. And that's all Jake know. That becomes their culture. That's all black culture is.
Degeneracy.
Degeneracy and self-genocide, man. And Esau gets to sit back and look at Jake, just be like, you wonder why we dehumanize you. Wonder why, you know, why we look down upon you, look at you as less than human, while contributing to it. But that's how they see us, going back to Lamentations 2. All right. Matter of fact, it's another one. I think it's in Micah 4.
Got it?
Found it. Yep.
This is Micah 4 and 11. It says, now also many nations are gathered against thee
Yep.
that say,
And those nations, pursuant to Psalms 83,
Yep.
they make a tumult.
Yep.
They're Confederate.
There's really no more remembrance.
Yeah. You know, cut them off from being a nation. You know, cut us off from our original heritage, man. You know, basically keep them in a dead state. Let's not suffer them to be put in graves. Keep them spiritually dead. All right, hey, vocab. If we was all just still Christians, we was all still, feminine, and we were just about this world, them Christians wouldn't have shit to say about us.
He'd be out of a job.
They don't even speak about the shit that go on in Chicago or these gang infested and crime infested neighborhoods. They don't talk about that. They rather talk about men that have turned to the Lord and try to clean themselves up in righteousness.
Bro, they don't even talk about the degeneracy in the Christian church, especially amongst the black church, man.
Yeah.
All type of adultery going on. You know, homosexual. They let moles in the church. They let dykes be the damn pastor and teach the congregation. You know what I'm saying? And we know what the scriptures say: suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in subjection. They do the opposite in the church, but they ain't gonna address those things. They addressing the fact that we're coming back to righteousness, that we're repentant, we're returning back to our Creator, man, our Maker, the Holy One. You know, they rather see us in this dumbified state, man. Just bug the hell out, spaced out, man. They like to see an animated coon ass nigga, a effeminate, emotional ass nigga. That's how Esau. That's a fantasy for Esau, man. A little Nas X, what's his name? Dwayne Wade's son. Zaire Wade.
No. Zion is a good one.
Zion. I thought it was Zaire too.
As long as you like that, hey, Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
That's when Black Lives Matter. You know, and that's the type of people that support that degeneracy that's coming out on behalf of Black Lives Matter. You Jakes better wake the hell up, man.
To land back off what you're saying as well, an article came out that the Pope even condemned the Catholic Church. Even though we understand, you know, he's still into those sexual and immoral acts with the children and things like that. Hey, but vocab never touched on that. They don't never touch on nothing that they do. Hey, and that's public information, man. You know, everybody know that they touch the little kids.
Oh, Boy Scouts.
Yeah, hey, NAMBLA.
Yep.
It's a National Association of Man-Boy Love. That's what the association is called. Nobody speaks out on this except the men of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man.
And you know the emblem or the logo
Of NAMBLA?
Yeah, it's like a double triangle or something like that. I've seen that symbol in the midst of a LGBT. It was like at a Black Lives Matter rally, but it was like on the street, and it had like the LGBTQ emblem, but it also had that pedophilia emblem attached at the end of it.
Dang. We did the lesson, that was like 2-3 years ago, where it had the poster of the LGBT and it had a P at the end of it.
Yeah.
For pedophilia.
Yeah.
That's not a pansexual.
Con.
That same fist they use for BLM is the same fist that they use for the. It's like some type of thing that the small hats have for like their anti. like defamation league or some shit like that. It's just all these symbols are recycled. You know?
So you're really commemorating the original idea.
Yeah.
That's a symbol for peace and cake too.
Piece of cake, yeah.
And let me tie it back to where because these are all the things that's going on, or that was going on in the time of Noah, right before the flood. Right when Sodom, after that, Sodom and Gomorrah also.
Yeah, man. And that's why the brother gonna get Wisdom of Solomon 14. It goes into all that too. And it's a result of idolatry. You know, these people that worship these idols, they're very twisted in their ideology. All right, because they like them black unconscious dudes. Why these dudes keep getting caught up with all this sexual deviancy? You know?
Yeah.
Why all these scandals, you know, is coming up? Why are these dudes so freaky over there, man? Well, look at the idols that they serve. Them Egyptians, they was all about sexual immorality, man.
Yeah.
Sex magic, you know, conjuring up spirits,
What's the
casting
one?
spells and shit.
What's the one they not worship, but it's like she was like a god, not god, but like I want to say a pharaoh in Egypt. Like damn, Cleopatra. Yeah, she was a big hoe. I heard. Yeah.
She was the devil though. She
Yeah.
was straight up eat them like. Cause them Greeks they adopted from those ancient Hamites.
When they were ruling, she was around the time when they were ruling.
That's the Greeks.
Yeah. They took her. She was queen. She
Yeah.
was literally the queen of the South. That's how they got complete control of that region.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 22. Moreover, this was not enough for them that they erred in the knowledge of Yahweh. But whereas they lived in the great war of ignorance, those so great plagues called they peace. For whilst they slew their children in sacrifices, and used secret ceremonies, or made revelings of strange rites.
We was just talking about that, them parties.
Yeah.
You know, the Diddy
I was
parties.
gonna say don't sit on the bed though.
Yeah. That nigga, you could see the demons in Diddy's eyes when he was telling Fabulous, "Hey, but you never partied with me though." When you could just tell that the demons was flaring on that nigga, man. You know, that was the type of rituals that they was having back then, especially among them them Egyptians and Canaanites. All right, go ahead.
Verse 24. They kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled, but either one slew another treacherously or grieved him by adultery.
And that spirit is heavy too, man. That's all you really see on World Stars. You know, some dude, you know, coming home and catching his woman, getting popped by some other dude, some other nigga, getting caught in the act, man. And then the dude, you know, a death angel will come on and kill the bitch.
Remember the one with the that dude had the camera in the room?
Yeah. And then he came in there and knifed her up, and knifed the dude up too. Yeah, man. Hey, what was that one?
Yeah, the TikTok is that. And look, he just shot the guy up, but he shot her one shot through the head.
Oh yeah.
Completely admittable.
You remember when that situation happened with Isaac Hayes' son? Floyd Mayweather was.
Oh yeah.
With that. He actually saw the dude. Yeah, he basically got on live with him.
FaceTime.
FaceTime him.
Talk down.
And was crying because he basically just killed his woman because he found out that she was having dealings with was it Trey Songz or somebody?
Yeah.
Yep, Trey Songz.
She was coming in adultery with Trey Songz. Spirit of jealousy got on him and had him captive bitch. And then he ended up killing himself. And Floyd actually saw it. You know? So that spirit is high too. You know? Go ahead.
Verse 25. So that there reign in all men without exception blood, manslaughter, theft, and dissimulation, corruption, unfaithfulness, tumult, forgery, disquieting of good men, forgiveness of good turns, defiling of souls.
Hey, defiling of souls. We were just talking about that too. Especially when you undergo those type of rituals, your soul is scarred, man. All them Hollywood stars, they come out of it and they're jacked up, man. You wonder why bitches like Raven Simone is just a straight bug out, man. She don't know what she want to do. So, you know, the kid stars and they grow up and they can't put the alcohol down. They always on drugs.
Some of the women shave their heads sometimes.
The women shave their heads or the side of their head, dyeing their hair a certain color. Just totally demonic, man. That's because their souls are defiled. You know?
They put tattoos all over their body.
Tattoo their whole body up, head to toe. What are you trying to cover up for? Yahweh Shai said that the light of the body is the eye. They say the eyes is the window to your soul. That's why they cover their eyes up with them shades, man.
So the soul is black, dark.
Darkened. They come on the Breakfast Club. Almost every mogul or high selling rapper, they come on Breakfast Club. They got their damn shades on their face, man. Jay got to be put out their misery. This is why the Lord is going to bring that final judgment. The second death is about ready, man. The second death is about ready, man. It's being prepared, man. Go ahead, Al.
Verse 26. Disquieting of good men, forgetfulness of good turns, defiling of souls, changing of kind.
Changing of kind. And we know what that's going into. You know? Changing of kind. And even your own military can get that operation done.
Shit, niggas in jail can get that shit done.
They're gonna tell you can get that done, but they don't want to circumcise.
Right.
And they own baby though.
Right.
Baby boy.
They're trying to say how it's inhumane.
Yeah.
You know, it's taking away his right and
Thousands
this and that.
of years they've been practicing this.
They'll really rally in front of a hospital against circumcision, but in the same breath, my body, my choice. You know, I should have the right to abort the living fetal cell that's in my body, a live person inside my body. I should have the right to murder, but don't circumcise this male child here.
We'll make him clean before the Lord.
Yeah, it's sick, man. You know, but hey, if you ain't signing and crying about this kind of shit, man, you more than likely not a man of the Lord, man. The Lord said, who shall rise up for me against the evildoers? Who is standing for me against the workers of iniquity, man? Psalms 94 and 16.
Also, Proverbs 17 and 15 says, he that justifieth the wicked and he that condemneth the just, even they both are an abomination to the Lord.
Yeah, man. Yep.
It's Deuteronomy 23 at the top. It says, he that is wounded in the stones or hath his privy member cut off.
Hey, he that is wounded in the stones. We as men, we carry stone. We got 2 stones attached to us that has a quiver full of arrows. Okay, you get rid of that, and back then there was a reason why when you made an oath, a man would basically he would put his hand up under his thigh, basically it was a custom amongst our forefathers. Because what does it mean to testify? It goes back to the word testes, testicles. All right.
Your word is on.
Your word is your word. Only my balls and my
I
word.
won't break neither for both.
There it is.
You know?
There it is, man.
I don't know.
There's Ecclesiastes 7 at the top. A good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of death than the day of one's birth.
The good name goes into your word, man. The good things that you speak out of your, out of your character, out of your spirit.
Yep.
And that's what people hold on to. You basically put your balls on the line.
Jake said,
put your word out.
my word is bond.
Right.
You know? There's Deuteronomy, back in Deuteronomy 23 at the top. He that is wounded in the stones or hath his privy member cut off shall not enter into the congregation of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Yep.
So when we had those doorkeepers or whatever watching over our wives, those were heathens. That were eunuchs. You know? We didn't do that to our own.
Mm-hmm.
See, this modern world, they would condemn that precept. They would say that that's transphobic. You know, that's discriminatory. That's, whatever made up, modernized, terminology that they can come up with to shame having standards, having instruction. All right. You ain't gonna come into the congregation. You're useless. That's not how the Lord designed you, man. All right? But what did this devil do? He turned everything upside down. All right, now a man can't be a man no more. A woman can't be a woman no more. A woman, she can't even play her. A modern woman don't even know what it is to be a woman, man.
Yeah, to act feminine.
And how ironic is that you're a feminist that don't understand the concept of being feminine? How does that happen?
The irony in that.
The irony in that. You're a feminist, but you're trying to have a pissing contest with a man.
Yeah.
She's trying to piss against the wall like you and shit. She want to fight war with you.
She don't really want to. She want to create war. She don't really want to fight it. See, that's when they want to go back to being women, when they got to do the hard shit that men got to do.
When they gonna get drafted.
World War III, all the women get pregnant.
Yeah, when they get drafted and shit.
And they just passed that too. A woman will be drafted.
She gonna be drafted, yeah.
Right along with everybody.
It's equality, bro.
So black girl magic over there in fucking in Iran and Saudi Arabia.
Hot girl summer. What is that shit?
Hot girl summer.
You see the real hot girl summer over there.
We're gonna see how that black girl magic really do.
Yeah, you see when
in war.
America pulled out of Afghanistan, these women still had that, American philosophy in their mind. Went to go protest. Hey, what the men do, man? They shut that shit down quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they complain about the women that, like, what do we have? Like when they go into the army in these different countries, they end up getting raped, man.
Oh yeah, that's they stay running through them up in the services, man. The men that's the men that's in the forces with them having their way with them.
Man. They go out there and get slutted out for real.
Smutted out, man. Yeah, man. So, hey, this world is totally out of order right now, man. Totally out of order. And things are gonna go right back into its rightful order upon the return of our Lord, man.
Yep.
All this shit gotta go, all of it. All right. That was it. You was holding?
I'm back at Wisdom of Solomon.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon 14-26. Disquieting of good men, forgetfulness of good terms, defiling of souls, changing of kind, disorder in marriages.
That's another one.
Women ruling the household. Disorder. supposed to be subject unto your husband. You know, but what do we have? You need to get out there and go, hey, why are you talking to this man? That ain't just proper order. Men don't kick here. And it was at Maniscalco, honey, please, you know, honey, get up there. Talking down to men like that, man. That's just a thing that happens, man. And that's a real something, what it said, is it Isaiah the 3rd chapter? They that,
3 and 15.
yeah, not 15, it's like 12, I think.
Children are the oppressors,
And
and women rule over them.
You know?
Yeah.
They that lead thee cause thee to err. How you supposed to be led by somebody that's not privy to wisdom? That wasn't imparted with wisdom.
Job 39.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we're seeing
That's
what
total
did
disorder.
happen.
That's total disorder, man. A woman wearing the pants in the household. You know, like Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yep. I feel bad for this dude. He's
I know.
I don't feel shit
bad,
for Will Smith,
you know,
man.
But I'm saying, wow.
Yeah.
Shit, and they get his movement check and fucking give
Yeah,
it
you
all
see
to
that?
her.
She rather get smashed by Tupac's ghost
Yeah.
than you know, deal with her own husband, man.
You got kids about this man already. That man was a top actor. And he was a top musician at the time, too.
But see, that's the perfect example of disorder in marriage, because they even had a thing where, you know, you can go and do your thing on the side, and I can go and do mine.
And an open relationship.
That open shit, you know.
Look.
Monique do that too with her husband. You know, that's disorder in marriage, man. That's your property. You don't give your property to another man.
Isn't she greatly defiled?
That's filthy as hell. Any dude that's in a polyamorous or polyandrous relationship with a woman, man, you a sodomite, man. You a mo. You ain't got no. You have no. You have no testosterone. What's the term, man?
Testosterone?
Yeah, you just neutered, man. Your privy members is gone.
Yeah.
All right. You would allow your woman to have that kind of freedom, man. That's borderline mo, because you're letting another dude
Yeah.
have his way with your woman. I say this all the time. So you would put on you would let another nigga wear your drawers,
Yeah. You put on another
not
condom.
washed,
You put on a
and you
used
put it
condom.
right back on.
It's like using that nigga.
That's
You
filthy,
had a
man.
wet dream in your drawer.
Was it Ciroc? He said he that get it for wife,
To get him a possession.
Yeah.
That's yours, man.
That
But
shit.
you got men that literally, because that's some cuck shit. That Esau do that kind of shit. I want to keep my wife happy, and I want to make sure we have a long
I want to see what it looks like when
commitment.
she's pleasured
So
by someone else.
I don't mind her having experience of love outside of me. They come up with some cucked out explanation
Hey.
and to justify the shit.
But
man.
you go against that, you demonize.
Yeah,
You know?
you know.
Or have
But
something.
they have all type of concepts of marriage that they created outside of natural marriage. We know the natural way is between a male and a female, man and a woman. But now it's man with woman, man with another man, a woman with a woman.
Bro,
with a man.
they show you in the emojis.
Huh?
Yeah, marriage is supposed to bring forth life. Yep. Productivity.
Sacred, what we said the other day, nothing sacred anymore, right?
Nothing sacred. Yep.
Because it was a sacred union put together by the Most High. And that's to really to continue the man's legacy through his seed.
Right.
To keep you know, coming back on the earth and the whole process happening for the most part. Now, people don't even want to have children like that. They just want to have the experience without the fruits of that union.
They just want the pleasure out of it.
Pleasure.
That's all it goes back to. It's the pleasure.
Hey, the Most High killed which son was that? It was Judah's son. The second son, the one that popped and then busted on the ground, pulled out. Barely pulled out. Most High, right?
So, not Onan.
Onan. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
She
man.
was like, I don't want to deal with her.
Oh,
She didn't
because
say that, but
his brother died.
yeah,
Yeah,
she was supposed to, you know, let them be with her, but
Yeah, because these people, they'll try to say, oh, they'll say, well, what was that slogan they said when Obama passed that that same-sex marriage law? Love wins. They try to basically say that, oh, you can love who you love. You can love anybody. That ain't fucking love, man. Vile passion is not to be confused with actual love. Love is keeping the laws, man. What you got going that has nothing to do with love. You just a damn deviant that have no self-control, man.
now let's say this also, because how you know it, though, because you can't breathe life with that type of love, as they call it. But with these laws, everything about the laws is conducive to life. The laws of the land keep life going on the land. The laws between man and woman and man on the earth is conducive to life on the earth. Just the wisdom of having life in the earth. You know, it's gonna keep things going in a righteous way. Keep things moving, growing, cycling around as it should. We're at the damn near the slack. Well, we're down there at the point where this devil done cut off everything of life on the earth. Everything's dying. People dying. The water's no good, so it's dying. The animal life is dying. The stuff in the air, the trees are dying. The trees over here begging. You know, everything's dying.
Yeah, that's what this devil brought to the world. You know, it says that it was at Wisdom of Solomon 2:24. You know, because the Lord created man to be immortal.
Yeah.
But you know, through the envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do take hold of his side do find it. And the world is choosing to follow the Satan. You know, as long as you follow the madness that he promotes, and you condone it and you with it, you promote the ways of death. All right. Is there more on what you had?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon 14:26, or the disorder in marriages, adultery, and shameless uncleanliness. For the worshiping of idols not to be named is the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil. For either they are mad when they be married, or prophesy lies, or live unjustly, or else lightly forswear themselves. For in so as much as their trust is in idols which have no life, though they swear falsely, yet they look not to be hurt. Howbeit for both causes shall they be justly punished, both because they thought not well of the Most High, giving heed unto idols, and also unjustly swore in deceit, despising holiness. For it is not the power of them by whom they swear, but it is the just vengeance of sinners that punisheth always the offense of the ungodly.
It is. But Christianity, they got it misconstrued. They'll say the Most High hates the sin, but not the sinner.
Yeah.
But the sin is not a force unless the two sinners come together and make it happen. You know? So he hates the acts and those that's doing it.
That's right.
Unless you repent.
What's going
You know?
It's Psalms 5 and 5. It's like in Psalms 5 and 4.
And he's gonna be a part of Grislam.
Grislam.
The new Steve Harvey religion. Go ahead.
For thou art not a power that hath pleasure in wickedness, neither shall evil dwell with thee. The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity.
God.
I mean, what showed that? What he did to the first world.
Yeah.
What he did to Sodom and Gomorrah. How you gonna say the Most High? He doesn't hate the sinner. He just hates the sin. But he killed off a whole population on the planet over sin. You know, completely flushed them out. because the Lord didn't, he everything still goes the way, like it says in was that 2 Peter 3, all things continue as it was since the beginning. So in your mind, you scoffing. You the Most High ain't doing nothing now. So maybe it is all right. Esau has that same attitude. He think the Most High, if there is a God, he's with me. Because I've been in power for so long.
I'm prospering.
I've been prospering. I've been doing all this wickedness and all this dirt on the planet, and nothing really happened to me. I think there was a scripture. It's in Psalms where he basically he says where he think that the Most High is likened unto himself. The Most High is just setting your ass up. He's just preserving you.
Because he knows he created you to do a certain agenda on the earth, and he has to let you get to that fullness.
Right, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because like when we read in Genesis, going back to Sodom and Gomorrah, when it talked about how the cry of their iniquity went up to the Heavenly Father. Go to real quick. Go to Genesis 15. Real quick. Go to Genesis 15, and I believe around this 16th verse. Yeah, that one. But start at like.
Genesis 15 to 13. And he said unto
When the angel converse with Abraham, the Most High sent his angel to converse with Abraham concerning the land of Canaan, because that was the Lord was making a promise for them that the seeds that's going to come up out of you, they're going to inherit this land. But before they come to get this land, which is going to be a while from now, there's a certain level of wickedness from these current inhabitants of this land. They got to be fulfilled before I send them in there and take their asses out. Get that real quick.
It's Genesis 15 and 13. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them for 400 years.
So he's saying before they even get this inheritance, your seed is going to go through affliction, slavery, which we all know was ancient Egypt for 430 years. All right, and then we're going to come out with great substance, like it's getting ready to say.
Yep.
And then we know about the 40 years of the wilderness and all that before we entered into the promised land. Go ahead.
And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterward they shall come out with great substance. And thou shalt go to thy fathers in peace. Thou shalt be buried in a good old age. But in the 4th generation they shall come hither again, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full.
Read that last part again.
But in the 4th generation they shall come hither again, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full.
Fulfilled. Full. So the Lord, he allows for certain things to go on, and he sets a certain measure for it to happen. And once it reached that tipping point, that's when the Lord intervenes and sends the judgment down. So that's what happened even with Sodom and Gomorrah. The wickedness got so flagrant and so great, the Lord was like, all right, now it's time.
Yeah.
Get my servant Lot up out of there, get his daughters out of there. I'm finna tear that place up.
It's Revelations 18 and 5.
So the Lord is finna apply that with this place, with America, Babylon. So much didn't happen here. All right, and the wickedness is so great, it far exceeds all the previous things that was done. All right, it's far greater than Sodom and Gomorrah, far greater than what they was doing during the time of Noah.
I hit that one. Revelation 18 and 5, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works, and the cup which she hath filled to her double. how much she has glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she said in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
That's that attitude of, you know, because sins against an evil work isn't executed speedily, it's in them set to do evil, man. Meaning, I've been in power for so long, I done did all this wickedness on the earth. I done conquered everybody and everything. I slaughtered and shed the blood of the saints. I done did it all, and I'm still standing. You don't think that you ever gonna fall. No, the Lord just setting you up. You're just being preserved. You on reserved. All right, the day of your judgment is already booked. There is a day, man. All right, there's an itinerary in the heavens for your destruction. All right, and we don't know. Hey, us on the earth, we don't know the day or the hour.
But he gave us hints.
Yeah.
With all these prophecies.
Hey, we got. Hey, the hints are what? The signs.
Yep.
We see in the alignment of the heavens, the blood moons. You know, the solar eclipses, the chariot sightings, the angels.
Morale, low morality.
This devil already getting scared. That's why you got to send a UFO task force. You know?
That ain't even the Space Force. That's a different branch of the Space Force.
Yep.
That's not even the same thing. That's something else. Why you didn't devote 2 damn whole groups to millions of dollars to deal with this?
Right.
It's like trillions of dollars. Yeah, you know, to deal with this.
Yeah. You got something? Yep.
Psalms 10 and verse 11. He have said in his heart, the Most High have forgotten. He hideth his face. He will never see.
That's, come on, man.
Only the pride of evil says it.
That's pride. Like, he think that the Most High doesn't consider. What does it say in Ecclesiastes?
Yep.
Ecclesiastes 3 and 15. Remember, 1,000 years is just one day to the Father. So how extreme is his memory? When something 1,000 years ago was just yesterday to him. You know? He ain't forget. Yep.
This is Ecclesiastes 3 and 15. That which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been, and Yahweh requireth that which is past. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there.
Yep.
And I said in mine heart, Yahweh shall judge the righteous and the wicked.
Yep.
For there is a time there for every purpose and for every work.
Fullness. The whole purpose has to be, because it has to come down to where the people have a tough decision choosing between the Most High and this devil.
Yep.
It's supposed to be tough. We're supposed to be persuaded against everything that is carnal and fleshly to want to choose this devil. But if you have a spiritual mind, which we're being given through this, now we're going to make the spiritual righteous choice. To us, we understand it's easy. It's not even comparable.
Yep.
But the world and their carnality is going to want it.
It's Isaiah 29 and 15.
Yep.
Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth
They
us?
go into the forest of Sonoma County, to the Bohemian Grove. They do all these underground meetings, and they do all these back, G20 summits and whatnot that nobody is privy to, that you can't see it. They think that the Most High don't understand or know what they're doing. And what Apostle Brown said, he created you, fool.
Most High.
Most High created you, fool. He knows what's going on. So he's gonna judge you accordingly to what he created you to do. And the judgment for it is once you're done, and the day of evil's over, there's no need for you anymore on the earth.
Yep. Somebody get Sirach 17 and 19 through 20.
Yeah. It says, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us, and who knoweth us?
Yep. But they feel that way because the Lord ain't did nothing yet.
Yeah.
You know? That's the only reason why they feel that way. You know?
They think they're in good case.
Yeah. See, Pharaoh, he thought he was on the level of a god because of what he was able to do for hundreds of years. And then the moment the Lord revealed his right hand to him, that's when he started to notice, like, oh shit. But the Lord still hardened his neck, because the Lord wanted to show him the true power. Like, hey, don't get beside yourself. You still just a man. Esau, he's gonna have to get reminded that he's just earth and ash. You just flesh. You know, the hell with your science and your technology, your artificial intelligence. You know, your ability to
manipulate elements. Earth and weather and shit.
Right. Yeah, man. Your Project Blue Beam, and you got your metaverse. This motherfucker want to create a virtual reality, man. A whole other world. So this devil, he's getting beside himself. Get that for me,
Sirach 17 and 19. Therefore, all their works are as the sun before him, and his eyes are continually upon their ways.
Hey, it was funny, the sun before, you can't ignore when the sun is out. You can't ignore it.
Right.
The whole earth is lit up, or that region of the earth is lit up when the sun is out.
Yeah.
You can't ignore that it's hot, that it's there, or wherever it's at. You can't ignore it.
Right.
So
But see, Esau, they take that, because this is the ability that the Heavenly Father has. This shows you that Esau, he believes that he's the Most High. Because they always have that all-seeing eye everywhere. We know what that represents.
Yeah.
That all-seeing eye. We're watching.
Yeah.
The Heavenly Father, he's known as to be omniscient.
Yeah.
All-knowing. So he exists everywhere. He's watching everything, beholding the good and the evil. Well, Esau, he likes to sit in that same seat. He wants to showcase to the world that he's the Most High. But the Heavenly Father is in the heavens, looking down at this fool like, this motherfucker think he really me. He think he's on that level.
Let's see how far he think he's gonna go.
Right.
Knowing he knows, I'm just being funny
he
about
just
it,
quoted
but
it.
that's kind of like what it is.
Right.
How far he think he gonna go.
Right. Go ahead.
Verse 20. None of their unrighteous deeds are hid from him, but all their sins are before the Lord.
Yeah, it is. All their sins are before him.
The eyes of the Lord 10,000 times
Right.
wider.
Jeremiah 23 and 24.
Yeah.
Somebody.
I got
And that's another reason why you see these high value chariot sightings. Because the angels are the eyes of the Lord on the earth. When they come down here and they view everything and they do certain things, they report back to the Father, man. They're like his scouts.
Yeah.
They're watching over the elect, the men of the Lord, making sure that they're protected and guided. And they're also looking at the wicked too.
The eyes of the Lord are in every place,
Beholding the evil and the good.
Yeah.
And that's how you know the Lord is keeping up with the measure of wickedness before he decides to destroy this place.
Yeah.
It talks about in what was that second Ezra, the fourth chapter. It talks about how basically the wickedness that's sown is going to continue to increase until the day of threshing.
Yeah.
What is that talking about? That basically wickedness is going to be at its pinnacle. It's going to accelerate to the heavens, and that's when Yahushua is going to come back.
And they say the fats have overflown.
Joel,
3. Yeah.
The fats are overflown, for the harvest is ripe.
Mm-hmm.
The fats overflow, the wickedness is great.
Yeah.
The only way for the Lord to be appeased is to sacrifice
Hey, this is a,
that big sacrifice,
Yep.
and that's what this place is going to become. One big sacrifice.
Second Esdras, chapter 2, and verse 8. It says, Woe be unto thee, Assur, thou that hidest the unrighteous indeed.
Oof.
O thou wicked people, remember what I did unto Sodom and Gomorrah, whose land lieth in clods of pitch and heaps of ashes. Even so also will I do unto them that hear me not, saith the Almighty Power.
That was Can you read that again?
It says, Woe be unto thee, Assur, thou that hidest the unrighteous indeed.
Talking about Assyria. We know that the capital of Assyria was Nineveh. Nineveh, it was straight up just immoral. One of the last kings of Assyria, he was a cross-dresser. He used to dress up like a woman and shit. You know?
hey, you got a lot of that shit going on in your Senate, presidency, government. Cross-dressers,
that's
weirdos.
Why this place is likened unto Nineveh.
Yeah.
When we read Nahum the 3rd chapter, it was into all type of sexual debauchery, and they did a lot of heavy witchcraft. You know. Go ahead.
It says, Thou that hidest the unrighteous indeed, O thou wicked people, remember what I did unto Sodom and Gomorrah.
Remember what I did to them the moles over there. You know. Remember what I did to them. All right, that place is left as a receipt, an everlasting receipt, man, of what the Lord did to them. All right, no history teacher or a person studying archaeology, none of them can disprove or dismiss what happened to us Sodom and Gomorrah. That's straight facts. The Lord left He made sure to leave the evidence of their ruins.
Over 2,000 years. Longer than that. 4,000, yeah.
It had to be at least 4,000 years.
They can't build, you can't excavate the land, nothing.
With all that time.
All that time, all this technology. They could bring new sand and dirt in, and shit it's not gonna last, it's not gonna work.
Yep. You look, it's a bunch of sulfur all over the place.
Yeah.
That's brimstone.
Yeah.
That pillar, that standing pillar.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'll continue on verse 9. On 2nd Esdras 2 and verse 9, it says, Whose land lieth in clods of pitch and heaps of ashes. Even so also will I do unto them that hear me not, saith the Almighty Lord, how about Shem Shai.
Right over here.
Yep.
You know, even so, he's going to do that to the people that hear him not. Right over here. Which means if they don't hear him, who didn't they hear? They didn't hear us.
Yeah.
If they will, Yahushua, if they will not hear me, they will not hear you. If they have not heard you, they have not heard me. They heard not him that sent me.
That's it, man. And you see the people don't want to hear it.
No, see it.
They don't want to hear that. You know? They'll be quick to shame you for it. You people don't love God. You're hateful. All this hate in your heart. They're so quick to call us a hate group. You know, CNN and mainstream media outlets, man. We're terrorists for bringing this out.
Read aloud.
You know, we're basically the face of terrorism. That's what they're making us into.
You about to bring up New Jersey? They're gonna bring up Michael X. Johnson.
That latest dude, Daryl, what was his name?
Yeah, something junior.
Daryl Brooks or
Yeah, there it is.
Daryl Brooks Jr.
Uh-huh.
They finna attach him to this, man.
And then they're gonna have all these cases, you know, these bug outs that
Covington boys. They don't want to talk to them as boys. The Covington boys, we see the better ones.
DC incident.
Yeah, they're going to create even more. More false flags. That puts a spotlight on us. You know, that evil living.
Yeah.
Nothing against the truth, only for it though.
Yeah.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah, man.
Make the Most High come down and show His power.
Exactly, man. Some more? That was it? You got something?
Yes, I know.
It's Jeremiah 23 and 24. Can any hide himself in secret places that I shall not see him? Saith the Lord. Do not I fill heaven and earth? Saith Yahweh Shemel Shai.
Get 2 Ezra 16.
60 something. Yep.
62.
Yeah, I was thinking.
I mean, because really, everything that was once hidden is really not hidden. It's not even secret no more. You know? Because we're in a time of the man of sin being revealed. Okay? The mystery of iniquity is really no longer a mystery. Alright? Basically, you're the devil. You showed the world that, man. All the evidence is there, all the facts is presented. And us being the prophets with this testimony, we're testifying against you.
God bless you guys.
All right? We're testifying against you, man. And the scriptures say that you are gonna make war against us because we keep the commandments and have the testimony. So hey, come on with it, man. But you're still guilty as charged. All right? This is how the Lord don't find the earth under your rule. All right? Everything just completely degenerated, man. Everything just weak. You know?
Yeah.
Everything is just fucked up, man. Go ahead, bro.
It's 2 Ezra 16 and 30. It's like
60.
16 and 62. It says, Yea, in the spirit of the almighty power Yahweh, which made all things and searcheth out all hidden things in the secrets of the earth. Surely he knoweth your inventions and what ye think in your hearts.
Your inventions is talking about your imagination, your devices, what the things that you like to plot, plan out, carry out. Like these devils, when they have these secret councils, it's about setting up plots and schemes on how to trap these people up, keep them in sin, keep them, ignorant, keep them in the dark, keep them destroying themselves. That's what them councils is really all about, man.
Hey, wasn't that the apostle that said limousine pulled up to the camp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopped out and said, hey, who told you this? How'd you learn this?
Right.
We spent a lot of money keeping this from y'all.
Right.
Crafty devices.
Yep.
They were never supposed to know that y'all was these people.
I'm over here, you know what
Take that again.
I know.
Yea, in the spirit of the almighty power which made all things, and searcheth out all hidden things in the secrets of the earth. Surely he knoweth your inventions and what ye think in your hearts, even them that sin and would hide their sin. Therefore hath the Lord exactly searched out all your works, and he will put you all to shame.
He's going to search out all your works. All right, like it says in Psalms 10 and 15, man. Break the arm of the wicked and seek out his wickedness till thou find none. And every day it's just always constantly something being revealed or found out, man. Especially regarding this evil, wicked, New World Order agenda that he has set forth. The latest one right now, because they trying to scare the world with that the moronic variant. I'm just phrasing it like that because I don't know if they'll try to build an algorithm around using that term.
Yeah.
To try to strike you for it. But I'm gonna just use the anagram for it, the moronic mutant. They showed you in that little cartoon series Futurama.
Mm-hmm.
It was an episode where they had these aliens from another planet, and that was them mocking the angels and the chariots. But they had it was a planet that they called Omicron. I might as well say it, Omicron. All right, and basically they were showing you through predictive programming that's what was basically in the future. All right, because that term is a Greek term. And you already know that they have a set list
Yeah.
of all the different variants that they named after the Greek alphabet. Why are they using the Greek alphabet? Because these devils, when they first came into power, they were the Greeks. The leopard that you see in that Daniel saw in his vision. That represented the Greeks, starting with Alexander. Okay? And then, of course, the Greek practices, the very medical practice is commemorating Asclepius, which is the Greek god of medicine.
Is it that snake with the
stab, the snake stab with the snake slithering around it, which is the same symbol of the WHO. You see?
Before it comes. Before something came out.
Yeah, man. Ain't nothing new under the sun. So all these things are coming out, and the world is starting to find out, you know, who this devil is. All right. So go back.
This is 65. And when your sins are brought forth, ye shall be ashamed before men.
And he's being shamed. Shameful spewing shall be upon thy glory. That's Habakkuk 2:16. He said, I will show the nations thy nakedness, man. Now your sins are being exposed, uncovered. Yep. Yep. Go ahead.
Ye shall be ashamed before men, and your own sins shall be your accusers in that day.
Yep.
What would ye do, or how would ye hide your sins before Yahweh and his angels?
Yeah, you can't get out of that. Your sins are gonna be brought before you, man. You know, just like we always bring this up. Chris Hansen on Dateline ABC, How to Catch a Predator.
Yeah.
The motherfuckers that try to act like they wasn't trying to get with the little with the decoy. But then he comes out like, well, take a seat. Let me show you the transcripts.
Yeah.
These are your words, right? This is what you said.
about some alcohol.
What we gonna do with a 12-year-old and alcohol?
Well, it says right here,
Yeah.
how to catch an Edomite, man.
Yeah.
Feel good.
Yeah, you know.
I said, I was just checking up on it, you know? I knew something was wrong, that's why I came over here.
Nah, man. The Most High know every secret thing, man. You know. So you can't hide, you know, what you got going, man. You might as well just come out in the open. Just be blatant with it, man. We already know. Everybody knows now. Just come on out with it, man. Just cut to the chase. Stop trying to play like you're Mr. Humanitarian. You're the savior that's out to save humanity from world hunger and poverty and all that shit.
Squat.
No, man, just come out to the forefront and say, no, this is the new world order. We want to control and basically we're your God. We want to lord over you. Just give us all your property. Let us ration food to you. All right, give us all the wealth and the resources. You know, let us have full control over you. That's what we're doing. And if you ain't with that, off with your head. You know, because hey, the scriptures already said you're gonna do it. You know, we already know how you coming with it, man. You're gonna war after the saints like you did during the time of 70 AD. Okay? You're gonna make the men of the Lord into rebellious revolutionaries.
Yep.
And you're gonna try to, you know, part us off, interrogate us, lock us up in the prisons or the concentration camp. Some brothers you're gonna behead. You're gonna put them up under your little smart guillotines. We already know, man. It's already written, man. It's okay. It's all right. Just come straight down with it, man. So quit hesitating. You know? Because the scriptures say, give me that in Jeremiah 49. You can't hide yourself any longer, man. Jeremiah 49, I think it's around
10.
verse.
Yep.
Should I start at 7 or get to the point?
Get to the point.
It's Jeremiah 49:10. What I had made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places. And he
Like
should
an-
not be able to hide himself.
He's uncovered.
Habakkuk 2.
He can't hide himself no longer, man. The average
Yeah.
pants sagging nigga, he can even tell you who the Rothschilds are, or who the Rockefellers are.
Or about the Illuminati.
Or the,
They know
come,
all about it.
they know all about that stuff. You know? They'll talk about that. It's not a secret anymore. And then certain jakes, they're so rebellious and wicked. They'll rock the all-seeing eye with the pyramid. They'll wear the do as thou wilt shirt. You know?
They've adopted the
16.
philosophy.
Yeah.
Habakkuk 2, 16.
Go ahead.
And he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, he is not.
Everybody's spoiled except him. You know, he's the only one he's safe from trouble.
Yeah. You're not in trouble like other
He's
men.
not in trouble as other men. He's not plagued.
Yeah.
All these, world troubles that we're facing, them motherfuckers, they still on them islands. They probably got Jeff Epstein over there with them.
He took the words
Probably
out my
not
mouth.
dead. And they flipping all type of little children and doing all type of shit, man. Just living it up. They setting up underground cities, hoarding up all the the treasures that the scriptures say that they will hoard up for the last days, gold and liquor,
Yeah.
resources, the luxury dumbs. Because they already know that doom is coming. They know it's going to be a nuclear war, so they're trying to prepare themselves in advance. Give me Habakkuk 2. Because it's the action of a person that know he's guilty when he's on the run. You trying to hide from something, you running from something, man. A vagabond.
The Dumbs are the deep underground military base. Yeah. So what you need that for? Because somebody's coming. What do you need a fortress, underground fortress for?
Right.
Somebody's coming to take you out.
If you ain't done nothing wrong.
If you ain't did nothing. Like what did he tell? What
You
did he
doomsday
tell?
prepping for.
Yeah. What did he tell Cain? If thou does as well, so now or was that Esau? So if
No,
thou
that was
does-
Cain.
it
He
was
told
Cain,
Cain
right?
that, which was Esau.
Right. If thou does as well, should that not be I forgot how he said it.
Will you
Yeah,
not
some-
be
It
accepted?
was accepted, that's the word. Yep. So check it.
It's, verse 5.
Verse yeah, you can start at 5. The point is at verse 9. Go ahead.
It's Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire is hell, and is his death, and cannot be satisfied.
You know that's talking about the elite. They have an insatiable appetite for just complete control and wealth, money, mammon. You know, even if they have to cause all type of chaos and wars on the earth to get it. He's lying to the whole planet right now about a virus that you can't even see.
About the common cold.
Yeah. And all of a sudden you got this cure that's worse than the disease itself.
Side effects and shit. Terrible side effects.
Come on, man. We all know this is the great culling. You know? Depopulation. Read that again.
It's Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire is hell, and is his death.
Hey, if somebody can go in the blue letter real quick and look up that term where it says keep her at home. Go to that word real quick. Because you better believe me, all of the conflict and these different proxy wars that's going on, they're behind it.
Yeah.
Because they fund both sides of the wars. It generates more money for them.
Yeah, if I made guns and sold guns, wouldn't I create those situations for people to want to buy them? That's just that.
Yep. Get that for me. Yeah.
Yeah, you gonna watch House of Rothschilds on YouTube. Hey, they show you how these devils get down. How they fund wars. They fund Napoleon. You know,
Quiet.
that's how these devils get down, man. Money changers.
Is that it? Yep.
This is the meaning for the keep it at home.
Yep.
The Gmslv Hebrew Chaldean lexicon.
Yep.
It says, he is a proud man and not at rest, but seeks disturbances and wars.
But seeks disturbances and wars. That's all hey, Revelation 6 and 4. That's how you know he's that red horse spoken of. All he knows how to do is just cause disturbances and wars, just to satisfy his insatiable appetite for control and riches. That's what it's all about, man. That's why he wants to reduce the world's population. There's too many people in the world to actually control it. It's better to control a world with a lesser population of people.
Was it 500 million in Jeremiah's story?
Yeah, the Georgia Guidestones.
Yeah, they at least know it's gonna be a World War III.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they're planning on doing.
Yep.
You know, they know it's gonna be a nuclear missile fallout. Everybody got the bunkers. That was at Amos 9. Because they don't touch the weapon. They know because they know what they know because they know what they got. And they know this power changes hands in the war. He knows through wars how he comes up.
That's it. Now go back to that in Habakkuk.
It's Habakkuk 2 and 6. It's like finishing 5. But gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
Which is that heavy debt.
Yep.
The
National,
deficit,
yeah.
the national deficit is damn near 30 trillion. You'll never be able to get up out of that debt bubble, man.
But the Rothschilds, they got enough money to pay it off.
It still be trillions.
Yeah.
They have all the power. When you think they're gonna do that, hell no. Because it's better this way. Because like it says in Proverbs, a debtor is servant to the lender. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
There we go.
You gotta pull over to the right.
Yeah.
I think he's not like knocked out.
He's knocked out.
Yeah, he's sleeping.
Yeah, he's sleeping.
No, she ain't sleeping. He's sleeping.
What they're saying about the
Oh, he up now.
Stay off that shit.
Yeah. We were talking about this earlier, man.
The spirits.
The spirits, man.
Always say that example.
The angel was like,
Andrew stuck his foot
put
out.
out.
God bless y'all. God bless you all.
All right, man.
All right, brother.
Go ahead, bro.
Okay. It's back in Habakkuk 2. It says 7. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them?
Meaning spoils. Go ahead.
Because thou hast spoiled many because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee.
You go help him.
Right.
Shit.
You're
Go
welcome
out.
for pointing that out, but driving away. But you see the part of the fucking Edomite?
Fucking Karen bitch ass.
You see that? But she
Karen.
drive up.
Yeah.
We're like,
Bitch
fucking
could
slave.
have pulled off to the right.
Somebody help them.
We're gonna run out into traffic.
Right.
Bitch, you right there.
They're all right. You got on the helmet?
I'm sick of Karen ass, man. She gonna get it. She gonna get it. Hey, in the kingdom,
Yeah.
watch what happened to Karen's ass, man.
Karen and Kevin.
Wait, just wait, man. And you ain't gonna get the privilege of no concubine, bitch. You going all the way out there in the field. All the way out there.
We're gonna send you to the forest. To the mud like this.
Hell yeah.
It'll take you a day and a half to put
It
your
ain't gonna be safe where you gotta work at.
Exactly.
Go ahead, bro. Get back in.
Bro. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein.
You have all the bloodshed, man. You guilty as charged. You done shed blood all over, man. You done waged war against the Lord's people, and then even to this very day, man.
Might not make it home.
Hey,
Yeah, he fucked up. He faded.
Yeah, but see, it's good, man.
They were close.
They was. Yeah.
We might get another news, what's the break? News break notification. Go ahead,
That was 9. Woe to him that coveted an evil covetousness to his house.
That's Esau, evil covetousness. This motherfucker want it all, man. He wants it all.
When the Lord divided the land amongst the people, what did he do? He went to try to conquer it all for himself.
He wants it all, man. He even wants you're basically your money to him too. His ability to control. That's what the MOTB is about. Put basically marking his livestock. You're his livestock. You're his cattle, his possession.
All. It's
Not all.
yeah.
But it's a digital.
Yeah.
He done got everything tangible. Now he gonna soul.
Con. And them putting that sauce into you, that's kind of like the prelude to it. You know? Yep.
When it comes to Revelation, what's that? Was it 18, where it lists everything? At the end of it, it says souls of men.
Yeah. And the souls of men.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Basically, all the merchandise in Babylon.
I talked about slaves and the souls of men.
9. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil.
And that's why he's trying to get out of Dodge. That's why he's setting up these underground bunkers.
Trying to get to Mars.
He's trying to get up out of here, man. Because he know that day is coming. He got a lot to account for, man.
Yeah.
You got all this wealth. You know, you can heap all these treasures up to you for the last day.
He trying to run out on that bill, that tab.
Yeah. Half the majority of the world is starving, and you got trillions. You control whole billion-dollar industries. All these major corporations. Everybody else can't have shit, and that's basically the Build Back Better thing. You know, what was one of their statements? You will own nothing and you will love it.
Yeah.
So this devil making sure he's getting everything in his possession. You know? And he's trying to also make an escape with it. Well, there's a script, I think it's in, was that Sirach 16? It says that sinners will not escape with their spoils.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Meaning you're not going to get away with it. Somebody can get Job 20.
He's looking for the one that
You can get Job 20.
I got it. There's Sirach 16 and 13. The sinner shall not escape with his spoils, and the patience of the godly shall not be frustrated.
Come on. Hey, what is our patience? You know, what are we waiting for? We're waiting for the deliverance, man. You know? And also, what is the patience and the faith of the saints? That we get their ass in captivity like they put us in captivity.
Come.
You know? Esau, that's how we know you ain't gonna escape with your spoils, man. All right? You got all this gold, all this silver, all these precious minerals. You got all these things in your possession, but all you're gonna do is vomit it up. The Lord's gonna have you convert that right over to Jerusalem.
What is that?
We're gonna have the gates open continually, man. You're gonna bring in the spoils. The spoils of the Gentiles, the riches of the Gentiles. So basically, you just holding it for us. You think you're gonna enjoy it. You know, you think that the world's gonna get destroyed. You know, we all gonna die off in diseases and a nuclear war and all that. You're gonna get away scot-free, and then you're gonna come up out of them holes, out of them rocks, and just have the world to yourself. That's what he hoping for. But you know, you're just gonna be waiting in the earth for us to come and grab your asses up.
Yep.
And put you right in chains, man. All right. Give me that in Job. Or what do you want me to say?
Job 20.
20 and start at like 15.
It's Job 20 and 15. It says, he had swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again.
Yep.
The Most High Yahweh shall cast them out of his belly.
Don't cast the riches out of your belly. And even that song in was that 73rd Psalm? I don't know if it was Asaph or it might have been David, but he said he was envious at the foolish of the prosperity of the wicked, man. These dudes are so prosperous, trouble never seems to catch them. They're not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued. They have all that a heart could wish. They speak
Lawfully.
lawfully concerning oppression. They speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lawfully.
Yep.
And they look down upon us because of our condition. They look down upon us because we're under the curse. But the Lord's getting ready to flip that. We getting ready to trade places like Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd. That's gonna happen. That's gonna be your reality, man. All right. Remember the parable of Lazarus and the rich man. Go ahead.
Verse 16. He shall suck the poison of asp, the viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down.
All the labor you put into, you know, your new world order, you know, you becoming a superpower. All the years of universal deceit. You came out of the bottomless pit and deceived the whole world, and had the world thinking that you were the Lord's chosen people. Created these religious institutions and basically extorted the whole planet, man. Used that as an excuse, as through the doctrine of discovery. They come over here to the new world, and you took spoils of the northern tribes. You came over here and slaughtered and conquered them, took away their heritage. You're gonna pay for all that, man. Here it is, just this weekend, you celebrating one of the victories of your slaughters over these people, man. and how you took their land. You know, you slaughtered them, you exploited them for slave labor. And Judah wasn't the only one being lynched too, by the way. You had a lot of Issacharites that was getting lynched too.
And more lynchings took place after slavery. Majority of them took place after slavery.
Right. After 1865.
Kind of thing.
Right.
It's like the thing about the Northern Kingdom slavery, it wasn't documented as much.
No.
You know, the Southern Kingdoms was documented way more.
Yeah.
And when you go into like the book we have, Andres Valdez's The Other Slavery, it goes into basically they said that the Northern Kingdom slavery was illegal, you know. But even though it was illegal, you know how Esau moves, he still did it. You know.
But I'm pretty sure this, as we get closer, truth is going to come out. There's probably a lot of libraries and things in like Central and South America that have books and publications where that shit's gonna come out.
Canada.
Yeah.
The ones up in Canada.
War schools.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit, they got it on it. It's a picture of that on that sign, the Gadite sign, where they showed a boarding school with like damn near like it's like 1,000 Gadites all with the uniform on and shit.
God.
They killed most of them and then buried them under there. That's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And he did all this for the riches, for him to establish Wall Street.
Yeah.
All right. This through all that that history of what he did to us. That's how he was able to come up with all his wealth. This is how he was able to build this whole enterprise, man.
And he kept robbing people. If you ain't got to pay nothing to get stuff, you just coming up now, you can establish yourself because you ain't spending nothing to get everything you got. So
Exactly.
he just like, shit, if I'm strong arming and robbing, this is working.
That's what he do.
He can continue to do.
Micah 2 and 2. They covered fields, taken by violence.
Micah chapter 2, verse 2. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses, and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
That word oppress, it means to exploit. You know, he exploited basically the landmass, man. Okay. He came over here because he knew it was rich in gold, silver. All right, down there in the Central and South Americas, gold, silver, Bridgeport, Puerto Rico. You know, tobacco. You had cane fields.
Yeah.
After what resources they can get out of it.
Yeah.
The main thing they really got was the gold.
Yeah.
They wanted the gold and the silver.
That's good everywhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
And and those things you just named, the sugar cane, tobacco, that was just extra.
That was extra, right?
Yeah.
So go back to that in Job 20. This is how this devil got his riches, man. Go ahead.
Verse 18. That which he labored for shall he restore, and should not swallow it down.
They be knowing not to engage with us.
Hey, bro.
They might be calls like, hey, it's good.
Yeah.
They see the fruits.
Hey, and this applies to their asses too.
Yeah.
Hey, they got the highest inheritances. Go ahead.
According to his substance shall the restitution be.
Hey, another word for restitution or restoration is a reparation.
Yep.
All right. This devil ain't finna give Jake reparation, man.
You gotta give up that whole everything.
And he will have to keep coming back in reincarnation and having to give everything. He ain't gonna have shit.
The earth would have to be fixed too.
Man, he got to pay back everything. That's why the equalizer is just after 1,000 years, get rid of him.
Yeah.
Obadiah 1 and 18.
Watch how
Yeah.
they, like that movie Trading Places, we talked about it, right?
Yep.
If you watch that movie closely, how Winthorpe had everything, Billy Ray Valentine was a lowly beggar. When they finally traded places, and that's when they knew the bet was over.
Yeah.
When they had traded, how low was Dan Aykroyd at that point?
Oh, he was a.
stealing-
He said he's
stealing for money and
a
drugs.
psychopathic maniac.
Yeah.
That's what they said.
And they had Valentine unempathetic towards him too. You know, that's what it's going to be like.
Finish that.
According to his substance, shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. Because he had oppressed and had forsaken the poor, because he had violently taken away an house which he builded not.
Took it by violence, man.
And he literally did that in Europe. Literally. I mean, he done it figuratively all over the world, but he literally took those castles from the Dark Ages.
Took over the
Shit it
Catholic
all
Church,
over. Just kept
whitewashed
doing it.
everything.
Yeah.
Oliver Cromwell, he got rid of all the Moors over there in that area, man. Over there in Spain and Portugal. That's where a lot of slaves came from over there. A lot of Jake slaves. And then they came to Africa. And then they came over here to the Americas. And they took some of the northern tribes and brought them back over to the other side of the world.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we became scattered in this time.
A lot of Gadites in Europe, man.
There's Ephraimites over there, Gadites over there. Go ahead.
Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save that which he desired.
Yeah, you're gonna have nights where you ain't really sleeping too comfortable. You know? And yeah, now you got all this into your possession, but like you did so much crime and you got a big gain from it, you got a lot of money from it, but now the spoil that you got is kind of like hanging over your head, like damn, like somebody might come get me for this.
Well,
You know?
I was watching a story about a man that robbed a bank. And when he robbed the bank, he had a lot of heavy money sitting in his house. He's like, I can't just leave this here. Everybody gonna know. So he's like, I gotta get this off my hands. I gotta launder it. I gotta wash it. I gotta send it to I gotta be able to put it in the bank. So he didn't want to present, to his home. Possession was 9/10 of the law. So he's trying to figure out how to get out of
And
it.
that goes in the same chapter where it says that they shall seek to please the poor
Yep.
and restore their goods.
Yep.
There's this devil trying to give little handouts here and there,
Yep.
you know,
Stimulus.
little stimulus
Yep.
checks here and there. You know what I mean? Are we happy for we're sad for what happened to slavery, so
We're gonna give you something.
we're gonna give you this or give you that.
We gave you a month.
Yeah. We'll give you some scholarships, college scholarships and shit. He ain't finna give up a portion of his fortune, man. That's how low he sees you tribes, man. Go ahead, man.
Continuing in verse 21. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come up on him.
The Lord's gonna come against him. You done robbed and spoiled the whole planet. So now people they coming for you, man.
I see when you say fullness of his efficiency, everybody gonna be like, hey man, we all hungry. How you got so much? Hey, kid, that's who stole my stuff. The whole world knows that you've been robbing everybody. They're gonna come and get you.
Especially what happened between last year and this
Yep.
year.
Get that money
How they
back.
just cutting the whole middle class, they cutting that out.
Yeah.
They making it to where there's no in between, man. It's gonna be just super
Extreme poverty.
impoverished conditions, or you up in a top tier. That's how they create it, man. You ain't finna have your own business. You're not finna be self-sufficient. You're not gonna have your own sovereignty. It's gonna be a one world religion, a one world government, and we're gonna be at the top, and we're gonna control this whole thing.
He said he would fall unto himself.
Con. So hey, you the one found with all everything in your possession. You know, it's like when the cops find a nigga and he got stashed. He got his hidden stash house. He got all stacks of bricks and kilos, guns, and stacks of money. You know? Yeah, man. Go ahead, bro.
When he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
Where's that going? This is. You're gonna rain fire and brimstone on that ass, man. On your empire. All right? And that's when you're gonna lose your power, and the power is gonna be transferred to the children of Jacob, Israel. All right, because of unjust dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. All right?
He lifted the belly from the dunghill. And he said, what he said before that, he make it, basically he brings you on high and brings you low.
Yep.
And on low, he brings you up. From 7.
Is Sirach 20, it's like Sirach 11 and 21. Marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in the Lord and abide in thy labor. For it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord on the sudden to make a poor man rich.
Hey, it's going to happen on the sudden. That same hour that this place is destroyed, the same hour that the world is going to know those that are running the planet are the Israelites. It's going to be crystal clear who's being saved and who had been making it through all the destruction. And then when the Lord shows up, Yahushua shows up, it's going to be absolutely clear. And then we come down with the new bodies. There's no question who just all that power just got translated onto.
Yep. We're gonna go on, we're gonna take this world, man. The saints shall take the kingdom.
And 14.
All right? We're gonna go around and we're gonna subjugate. Just like King David did in his military. Hey, that's how we're gonna be up under Yahushua. All right? This devil ain't gonna own a damn thing. Hey, he ain't gonna own nothing, and he gonna be happy. But really, no, you ain't gonna be happy. You're not gonna be happy. You know, your woman might be. You know, she'll be happy with it for a little bit. But you, yeah.
Oh yeah. They must have a small hack convention or something.
Yeah, they probably got something going on.
They started Hanukkah too.
Oh yeah. Russia 9. Yep. But you know they're not keeping it according to the spirit, man. They ain't got it. You know.
So I got a couple. Yeah, this 22. The blessing of the Lord is in the reward of the godly, and suddenly he maketh his blessing to flourish.
And because the blessing is going to go to us. You know, it was always set up for us to receive the blessing. All right, what was Jacob's blessing? And he was going to get the dew of heaven, the fatness of the earth, and that all nations would bow and serve him. Right? And when it originally went to Esau, but it wasn't set up, it was given to us. So ever since then, Esau took out his anger and frustration on us by doing what he did. You know, and then they convinced the world that, no, we are those people. So this is our birthright. You know, we get to rule over y'all. Y'all got to bow down to us.
The Lord not stopping us.
Yeah.
He's helping us.
And he's with us.
Manifest destiny.
Right. Come on.
It's Amos 9 and 11. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old.
Which is happening now. Go
That,
ahead.
that they may possess the remnant of Edom and of all the heathen, which are called by my name, saith the Lord that doeth this.
Yep.
Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes him that soweth seed, and the mountains shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt.
The sower is going to overtake the reaper, man. You know? Everything that you stored up for yourself, that you gathered in the harvest, that's going to us.
Yeah.
All right? The Lord already heard the cries of his people, man. It entered into the ears of Sabaoth. All right? So you gonna come up out of that, man. All right? And we're gonna bound all the kings and rulers. We're gonna bound them with chains, as it is written. We're gonna put you in the prisons. Everything we saying is in the Bible, man. It's, hey, everything we going into, I won't be surprised if they air it out on Fox News, completely edited. But we speaking what the scriptures say, and no, we're not taking it out of the context. This is prophecy. All right.
And I'll bring again the captivity of my people Israel, and they shall build the waste cities and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof. They shall also make gardens and eat the fruit of them. And I'll plant them upon their land, and they shall no more be pulled up out of their land, which I have given them, saith the Lord thy power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
That's it. Meaning, from that moment on, we're going to be blessed. It's going to be the opposite of the curses. There will be no more curse, man. This devil, we ain't got to worry about this devil trying to plunder us, take us out of our land, covet our land and take it by force, by violence. Put us in captivity, slave labor, constantly exploit us and leave us with nothing. All that's going to be gone, man. All right. Matter of fact, let's end off with this Lamentations 4, 21 to 22.
It's Lamentations 4. That's what it is. 21?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shall make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins.
He will expose your sins. And now that your sins are being exposed, now you're getting ready to suffer for that. Now it's time for you to do your sins. Because you're guilty as charged, man. Alright? You're not gonna get away, man. You're not gonna escape all the wickedness that you've done, and you got a tab you gotta pay. But you're gonna pay that in the next world. Right now, just live it up. Do what you've been doing. Alright? So with that, we're gonna close. We'll give all praises, glory, and honor.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakwadash.
Give honor to the elder apostles of the great millstone. Peace and salutations to the tabernacle of David, the hopeful elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
Let's try to get these songs up.